The story begins with Dwood staring out the window, lost in thought about the butterfly effect. A single simple choice could alter humanity's fate, like a tiny spark igniting a massive change. At least that's how it feels to him, given the regrettable decisions he's made so far. Just then, a familiar female voice calls out from outside, startling him. My love, do you hear me? I know you're in there. So I came. You'd better open the door. I asked Julia, the club's housekeeper, and she said you have no classes today. Are you planning to ignore me forever? Hearing that voice, Dwood's face pales as if he's about to collapse. Sweat pours down, and he screams in his mind. No one's more persistent than her. To prove his point, the girl outside thrusts a sword through the door, saying calmly, then I'll make my own way in. Meanwhile, Dwood curses her silently. This crazy woman, he thinks fast. He shouts to stop her. That's against the rules. The student council president punishes rule breakers, but his girlfriend drops a bombshell. Too bad for you. I am the student council president. As soon as she finished speaking, the door shatters into pieces. The strange girl steps inside and scolds him. You've avoided me a lot lately. Exactly 32 times. She actually counted. Dwood sighs, but she ignores his reaction completely. She makes her offer calmly. Let me ask you this, Dwood Campbell, will you marry me? This comes from a girl in a uniform-like outfit, a long sword strapped to her side. Before Dwood can answer, another girl's voice chimes in from beside him. What are you talking about, Princess Tristan? Going after a taken flower? Is that your family style? It's a purple-haired girl with animal ears, sitting by the window. Tristan's gaze turns icy as she replies, "Ain't that bold for an assassin? There'll be plenty of witnesses." The girl, Sarah, sticks out her tongue and teases, "Killing all witnesses is my motto." Dwood blinks and cuts in. Wait a second, I'm really uncomfortable right now. I haven't even thought about marriage. Adeline smiles brightly, eyes almost shut with glee. Of course, if not, the world ends. Seeing her, Dwood groans helplessly. Lilu. Sure enough, Lilu has the same goal. She turns to him excitedly. Come live with me, Dwood. The wedding's almost ready. We just need you. You're not in a class yet, but no more skipping. Starting tomorrow, you're with this group temporarily? Underneath her, Talina trembles, terrified. I get it, but why defend him? You're so skilled. To people he'd avoid forever. Class President Eleanor Sell Tristan. Dwood rubs his chin. These skills pair perfectly, boosting physical power, a killer combo. Without hesitation, they charge at each other. Caught in the chaos, Dwood screams, "What are you all babbling about?" Her assistant's eyes popped wide. Wait, that's a famous dating spot. Before she could blurt it, Eleanor shoved her aside and faced Dwood. I know it. Why me? At the reporting spot, Dwood stops short, jaw-dropping at the chaos. A student asks, any grading rules? He barks, life's experience. Chicks, 5 minutes left. Move. Come on, we're friends too. Right. Let's work together, she says brightly. Dwood thinks, join the protagonist, that's begging to be a hurdle. Elia turns and walks away, frustrated. That's a shame. All right then, she mutters. As Dwood prepared to leave for school, his father and the townsfolk came to see him off with unbelievable joy. His father couldn't hold back his emotions. Finally, you're leaving, Dwood. You're the pride of our land. Take care and don't cause trouble. Eloni is full of noble descendants. The best thing you can do as a baron's son is stay unnoticed. Understand? His father's long-winded advice makes Dwood laugh awkwardly. Haha, I get it already. Then he checks his status board. She looks upset. Just then, because he deserves it, Eleanor says casually, avoiding his gaze. Conrad's voice rises. What? Eleanor, I'll be back. She turns to leave, but Conrad grabs her shoulder, pulling her back. Determined to avoid danger, Dwood gives his father a confident look. A blonde-haired archer nods. Yep. Rare mineral deposit. Grab some gems, and we won't flunk. A glasses-wearing guy takes charge. Stop hunting. Luca, help me move these. But Elia waves it off. What are you talking about? I'm fine, the priestess thinks. She's clouded by emotions. Shouldn't the main heroine handle everything? Staying unnoticed is a loner's true path. His academy life has begun. What happened here? Dude blurts out. Hearing this, Elia's small face surprised. He's helping me like that. Teresa nods, unsure but reassuring. Yeah, he's avoiding trouble for you. But once his rep's solid, he'll still see you as a friend. Elia mutters. He thinks that way, rubbing her chin. I'll skewer you like a kebab. She's Allure Ellen L. Tristan, the bloodthirsty villain who buries countless bodies, the final boss of this world. Dude stops, turns, hand up. Wait, hold up. Though Allure stays focused on her book, she senses Dude's stare and speaks. Do you need a doctor? You don't look well. His face pales, and he waves his hand quickly. I know I'm fine. Hearing that, Dude turns. You are looking for me. What's up? He hides the card quick. Conrad, knowing Dude's classless status bothers him, steps in. Sorry if it made you nervous. Everyone in this carriage gets that look. Her tone is cold, but Dude feels something odd. He thinks she's so different from what I remember. Eller's always portrayed as a bold perfectionist. What's with this sensitive side? Noticing his silence, she asks, why aren't you answering? Curious about something else. Dude scratches his head awkwardly. No, nothing. You're really kind. Allure pauses, looks at him, and asks, kind, did you hear something about me? Have we met? Flustered, Dude panics internally and stammers, no, I just heard you're strict. It's Elia, heading to the battlefield. New experiences. He decides to stay quiet and look out the window. The scenery is stunning, even with a rock rolling toward them. Without a second's hesitation, he turns to Dude, kneeling. I'm sorry. I won't come near you again without permission. He turns to Allure, desperately, president of the student council. Forgive me. He reaches for her, and in a split second, the rock slams into the train car. A huge explosion sends smoke into the sky. Dude and Allure are unharmed thanks to a necklace. That's a warrior candidate for you, great at putting people in their place. Worrying creases her face. He made Elia fight Talina. She'd usually talk it out, not draw her sword. Dude, you're the issue. Conrad, annoyed, grumbles. That stubborn president insisted on hitting the forest. Then a black-haired girl appears, her face full of rage. She swings a chain at Lilu, shouting, how rude. He realizes his face is pressed into her chest. Blushing hard, he sits up, stammering, I'm sorry. If you want to survive this. She doesn't realize how right she might be. Upon hearing this, Dude gulps, recalling his earlier rewards from Conrad's class. Elia, one-time negative seal, used rule of malevolence once. Lilu scoffs. Lord Dude, what do you do every day to attract these half-baked girls? As your fiancé, I won't let this slide. On the other side, Professor Percy freezes, stunned, staring at him like he's lost it, her eyes blank as a dead fish. Seeing her panic, Dude calms her. Breathe, please. One more thing, I get an item from the illusion vault. Right. Can I claim it now? Right then, a red-haired girl zooms in on a fiery broom, yelling, shut up, you jealous women. Dude, Campbell is mine. Dude's face stiffens, sweat beading. He knows this guy Foundation's a money laundering sham. Goldir's the Ark's final boss, the Purifier, leader of Wrathfire. He doesn't know Dude's onto him. With what he could do, what he knew, and the risks ahead, taking down the Purifier wasn't impossible if he planned well. They're just gathering dust. Did you borrow them to stare at the covers? I'm stuck paying your late fees. Forget evil traits, even finding a neutral character there was tough. Yeah, Dude nodded. It's a place called Twilight, I know it. He named Goldir's spot. Hey, Percy, wanna bet? Dude feels torn about these skills. He's relieved yet worried. Ultimate survival will surely help him survive combat. The boy scratched his head. Next time I'll hit you when you're already down. Evil traits remind him of game characters like a crazy warrior. Stop bullying me, Elia shouted, fuming. Her brother grinned, hands rubbing together. Just messing around. Sir Calvin just smiled gently at her outburst. Dude stood there, scratching his head. Sorry. All troublesome types, but whatever, he thinks. He held out a bag. Got cookies from the kitchen. They're good. Ilya went quiet for a second. Wait, I need help. Can you come with me? It's urgent. His eyes sparkled with excitement. Teaching materials are done. I'll double-check club fees next, the assistant said. Definitely a tribal leader's daughter. Exiles. Basically, she need lots of attendance help. Her name's Lilu Garuda. Famous, apparently. Heard of her. Wood paused, then dodged. I'll explain when we meet. Probably, Eleanor replied, bored, her face giving nothing away. Maybe she knew, maybe not. From Eleanor's view, two big names hitting the academy at once was a headache already welcoming a saintess and a tribal leader's daughter. Hey, kid, you're Dwood Campbell, right? Come on, lots to do. Lines are long. She pulled him toward Twilight's Eye, where a huge crowd waited, grumbling. Quit pushing. Why so many people? Yeah, Eleanor muttered. Every mess ends up here. Oh, right, she added with a sarcastic edge. Hold on, Dwood, why are you with her? What's your deal? Wait, are you? A crimson spatial gate glowed ahead, eerie and huge. Then, her brother's image flashed in her mind, his voice clear. Why are you crying? Scared? Look at me. Ilya, still on the rock. Ilya's curiosity sparked. Why risk this place? What are you after? Are you crazy? I'll die if I fall, Ilya shouted. Dwood urged. We won't. Jump. She bit her lip, trusting him. But before little Ilya grabbed his cloak, tears streaming, fingers tight. Next to her Ilya nods. Frustrated. After all we've been through, there shouldn't be this wall. He turned forward, hiding it, voice steady but soft. You idiot. If I go with you, it's worse. Before I'm your brother, I'm a guardian. Back to now. Ilya fell through the void. Dwood's hand shot out, grabbing hers tight, halting her drop. Hey, what about that gravity you mentioned? Warn me properly, I almost died. Talina Armin, second best in class after Ilya, a future mid-boss. What's his issue? Dwood wonders, then says, we just know each other a bit. She scanned around, puzzled. It's just Sky, right? As she spoke, Eleanor replies, casually dealing with a little something, that just one look at her was enough to tell that whatever she had been dealing with it was far from minor. Ahead, Ilya walked, lost in thought. Adeline's sharp eyes narrowed. So, you used it in the dimensional anomaly already. Dwood stood there, a mess hair frizzed, eyes watery. Oh, Professor Percy's at me with lightning on my way to deliver this. Urias from the Holy Nation. She fled to Lonti because of the Holy Emperor. Her cursed sword is infamous. Dwood stayed blunt. Shouldn't you be asking more? How'd I find the dimensional rift? How do I know about spiritual entities, beat assassins, take down Ilya, stop a beast? Every class, every event you're watching, guiding, like you're saying, go do what you need. I've got you. Adeline didn't flinch, her smirk grew. Honestly, how do you talk to your headmistress so casually? That's bold. Dwood began. The item is. But Adeline cut him off, her gaze piercing. I can't lie to you, Teresa. She shrugged. Since you've figured it out, why the special treatment? Now, he just had to nurture it. Over time, its consciousness would wake and grow. A killer asset if he played it right. Dwood stood near the Twilight's Eye restaurant, scanning the area for someone. Not too long, only 6 hours, she said coolly. Dwood blinked, brain stalling. 6 hours. Dwood eyed the chaos. This place is packed. Are we even getting in? He muttered. Unease gripped Dwood. All the staff here are compromised. Not good. Since Ilya's affinity rose, the story shifted. Riverbacks eyeing me now. Gotta adapt. A burning city. Houses swallowed by flames. This game world has its own logic. I don't get it. First, I'll finish this mission, then figure it out. The Campbell barony relies on agriculture. There's no dungeon, or anything notable. It barely gets a mention in the main senior story. Angels who move mountains and part seas and stronger archangels built this barrier. It keeps students safe in this deadly place. So, when the Baron's son enrolled in the Royal Academy, it shocked the entire land. Later that afternoon, Dude trudges back to campus, sack over his shoulder, ready to show Professor Conrad his haul. It's not just you doing the work, he replies. Percy smirks. No one's doing anything if you don't cash it in. No time to think. He slides past the bear, reaching the barrier's caster. Without missing a beat, Dude grabbed her hand and bolted. Behind them, the whale's jaws gaped, ready to swallow them whole. A familiar voice calls, "Is this Dude Campbell's room?" Dude stands there, dazed, holding the letter. With that, he says goodbye and boards the train to the Royal Academy. But fate has other plans. Things won't go smoothly. She smiles faintly. That guy, he's a bit odd. She swings her sword back and unleashes a lightning-fast strike, slicing the tip of Dude's sword in half. He focuses hard and barely dodges. He dodges by a hair, but panic shows on his face. Don't let her beauty fool you, though. Her eyes narrow. Or want me to drop you in one hit again. So, you're here, she says, stepping closer. She wrinkles her nose. What's that smell? Cologne. Reading this, Dude's eyes light up. So that's it. Get under their skin. He thinks, he's a future mid-boss. I can use him for Demon's Law. Unbelievable, a warrior candidate who can't tell advice from insults, Honor says. Dude steps in, sighing. Can we just get back to class? Elia's stunned. This guy's wild, she thinks, doubting his friendliness. With that, he thrusts his spear, fast as a bullet. Meanwhile, Dude leads the stranger through a dim corridor. His sharp tone threw Talina off, but he nodded. All right, Dude. He clenches his teeth, waiting for the blast to settle. So how did this happen? It all started with a survival game called Savior Rising, or Senior for short. It's a fresh academy tale for passionate teens with a weeboo vibe, but the characters feel familiar and solid. A system alert popped up. Elia's favorability spiked. Now affection level 4. Eller's voice snaps him back. Her frustration rises, but Conrad stays cool. Wait and see. Percy, he's got a reason for that confidence. Stopping a magical beast, and now this. Why are you so obsessed with power? She locked eyes with him, waiting. Before he can finish, Allure cuts in. It's fine, you did that to save me. First time a man's been this bold with me. Thank you, I get it. A voice called from behind. Hey, Ilia, so this is where you've been. She's from a religious order that fell after the coup. Who else is here? Talk, or I'll break your neck. She twists the blade slightly, widening the wound. He screams. If I'm a guardian, I'll always protect you, he vowed firmly. Then a stunning blue-haired professor and her glasses. Too hard to believe. Manga Kendry, Ilia's sponsor, won't take this lightly. On the other side would seize her trick. Why would I? So, you can kill me, he snaps. With that, Dude grabs the incense burner and slips out of the storage room unharmed. The Tristan territory has many enemies. Stay away from her. Hanging around high-ranking nobles will bring trouble. A system notification pops up. You've attracted an antagonist's attention. Conditions met, skills gained. Ultimate survival and fatal charm. Dude's face goes blank. Time skips ahead. Doctors and nurses arrive at the train wreck, treating the injured thanks to Alani's security. Casualties are low. Unable to hold back his curiosity, Dude quickly looks at his new skills. First is Ultimate Survival level unknown. It boosts his stats in danger scaling with the threat. Next is Fatal Charm level unknown. It draws attention from those with evil traits stronger in extreme situations. As they talked, Dude noticed something. Hold up. Talina, you wearing a necklace. If someone spots me and the clone together, I'm toast. I'll set it too cold. Mysterious gentleman mode to keep talk low. Adeline chuckled, amused. Oh, what do you mean by that? She teased. And a genius mage detached from reality. Ilia blocks a one-eyed giant's blow, skidding back from the force. From the Purifier's Charity Foundation. Exhausted, he looks up. You trapped me all along. Who are you? Dude freezes. What plan? He had none, just wanted to hide. But Hazmad's shot clues him in. System. Critical charisma activated. Antagonist awed by your strategy. He thinks this matches the original story. She doesn't flinch, grabbing an iron rod from the rubble. She stands ready. Dwood barely listens. Instead, he recalls his chat with the doctor in the carriage. The doctor had said you're just a son of an unknown marquis with no connections. He tosses it aside and checks his system. Update. Ilnor Elia L. Tristan. Trust level 122 rewards available event D1. He yells at her to run. Her breath catches. She grips the bag so tight her veins bulge. I'm fine, she says. With that, the grand gate disappears. Then she grabbed the bag. Shrug. Why apologize? That's not cool. Elia softens her scowl. Lately, nothing special. The priestess presses. Still, if something's up, I can help. He unleashes Tristan's sword technique, slashing the spider into bits with lightning-fast strikes. Talina pulls his spear back, magic sparking at the tip. Electric and wild. Elia's brother's voice grew sharp. Don't worry, just run far. Don't be scared. If you reach safety, we'll meet on the training hill. Answer me, Elia. The more annoyed she gets, lost in thought. He can't admit he came to steal. His mind races for an excuse. I was asked to bring you food. Dwood held up the card? Yep. Isn't that why you gave it to me? But when she looks up and sees Ilnor, her body frees. Adeline's impressed by his insight, though he doesn't notice. With a swift move, President, her assistant nudged casually. She's coming here. Ilnor frowned slightly. That caught her interest. The monster keeps coming, crazed, as if pumped with drugs. Time skips to a female professor's office. Her colleagues grumble. Count Christian and Marquis Galang are here. Where's Tristan? It is a catapult. Found it in the vision warehouse. It'll get us their high-level zone, but I've got a headmaster's secret pass, he thought. Without knowing his skill shift, I'd react the same. Instead, he flipped it back. I've got a question too. Why do you always treat me so well? Dwood, how's he linked to her? They walk past each other. Elia mutters. Turn right at the hall's end. That's Dwood Campbell's room. Ilnor stops. Wait, how do you know his room? Elia raises an eyebrow. I was just with him. Sure enough, an orange-haired girl offers her hand. Elia fights monsters with fierce energy, venting her anger. Some students watch him go, scoffing. TCH, that country bumpkin acts big just 'cause he got noticed. Adeline nods. Ah, that's your issue. Well, recent events. Dwood stayed cool above her. Relax, Elia. You'll adjust. Look up, we found it. Still reading. Allure continues. I'm sitting here instead of first class on purpose. It shows my family. The Duke's family is noble. This place is always scheming. Typical, she thought. Then teams form based on results. Dwood, after crushing a top warrior, lands in the elite group. Most there look proud. Dwood feels uneasy. Ilnor cuts in sharply. Do you expect me to play nice and forgive people who try to kill me? Ilnor recalls his awkward and unsure of himself. Conrad stays calm. Either way, it's nonsense. We all know Dwood had no combat skills or strength before this. Ilnor's most curious about me. Why is the final boss so into me? Grumbling, he claims her reward. A creepy thought hits him. Is someone watching me? Why is all this weird stuff happening? He shakes it off. Focus on the exam. It's just the main story. Nothing wild should happen. Ilnor perks up. Dwood Campbell, the professor, raises a brow. That's him. You know him. So, Ilnor got the job. Now, she turns and says, head to the exam area. You'll get your questions there. Yuria points her sword. Mind taking one step closer? She whispers. But then he thinks, wait, this could work. It's definitely dangerous, right? So, if you're challenging me, why make it easier too? Talina's fury spikes. Stop running. Fight me. Why steal my kills after I do the work? She hurls her sword like a missile, slicing the air with deadly speed. Scene cuts to Dwood and Elia, lying back, gazing at the night sky. An observatory at school. The stars are amazing, Dwood said, awestruck. He's a student. Does he even know what the angel's blessing is? Time flies. and the carriage drops Duod off at Alani Academy. Her face darkens. You're a priest. Students are here, he shrugs. Uncaring. Harsh words, noble lady. You're really weak, aren't you? Her tone is blunt, like she's already sure. A long-haired student steps up. Duod Campbell? Yeah, I knew it. I was gonna beat you up, but seeing you like this, maybe I'll pass. It's easier to defend there than in these tight halls. Duod blinks in confusion. Beat me to a pulp. Me? Why? Elia's face darkens with a hint of irritation. Time flies. Duod walks the hall, planning. Cannon secured. Now I need materials. You're with that Allure girl, aren't you? I can't stand her or the whole Tristan family. They're all monsters. He glances at Elia's status. Curiosity 5 to interest 1. Reward ready. From Duod's view, her words click things into place. She said it out loud. Bold. Even if she didn't spell it out fully, he sighs gravely. I can't explain now. Trust me, it's important. I'll tell you later. Her outburst ties to one truth. At 30, Professor Percy Dislevantin is still single a sore spot for her. Elia narrows her eyes. Not his real goal. What do you mean? Exactly? She nods, dead serious. Duod nearly panics. No way out, he thinks. Duod tilts his head. Curious. Duod isn't shocked. Hunger messes with everyone. After she eats her fill, he sighs in relief. Phew, I almost died. Behind him, Yuri monks and asks, Who are you? Why are you here? Actually, I kinda like her. The second he says it, Elia's face turns cold, and the air grows heavy. Their radiant glow forces Duod to shield his eyes. She grips her wooden sword tight and says icily, Are you serious? Yeah, well, since spiritual entities are gray figures lingering consciousness, can you transfer it to my artifact? Adeline raised a brow. Impressed. Smart move. It'll awaken and grow stronger over time. Seeing Talina humbled, Elia relaxes. She sheathes her sword. Try getting along. Honor shakes her head. No need to worry. I don't care. Her friend sounds doubtful, annoying Honor. Hearing his voice, Honor, the student council president, sounded surprised. Duod, what's up? You can't meet angels and high-ranking ones take longer, but I know what they want. It's simple. Meanwhile the bald angel yells, Don't you see your seniors working? Hurry! The curly-haired angel rushes over. Still, she snatched it, eyeing it. Did you steal these? Not steal, took leftovers. He corrected. And now, in a dim chamber with red eyes in the dark, Elia grips her sword. Duod, you sure about this? She asks. Unsure? Unsure, Duod says. Thanks. Another angel steps up. Sergeant, why tell a human this? The long-haired angel glares. Finish those mud bricks. Almost the angel scurries off, working faster. Duod puzzles over the words, cruel yet friendly. What's that mean? Duod's eyes narrow. That bear from earlier. Main quest is priority. Failure's not an option. Or should we fake the fight? Duod sighs bitterly. Tempting, but I need to get stronger in 2 days or I'm dead. The system offers comfort. Reward from Honor. Skill copy Cyclone. Copy one ability from a target. Duod's eyes widen. A skill to steal powers. I could take the final boss's abilities. Seeing the world. Maybe I'll even become a guardian someday. Hearing this, Duod's stunned. Seriously? No haggling. I had a strategy ready. Is any main story quest this easy? He marvels at how smoothly it went. Red system alerts flash. Danger detected. Threat level. Non-lethal. Activating desperate survival S rank. Instantly Duod feels a surge inside. Acting on instinct, he throws a punch straight ahead, landing it square on Elia's face. Teresa explains, he's from a small family. You're a warrior candidate. People talk if you're seen together. System. Reward from Elia. 500 points. Seed of Malevolence swap for a special ability in the shop. List updated. Percy's brows twitch. She glares at the paper, groaning. A weapon? That's not normal. System. Slaughter mode on. Prove yourselves? Freshman. She crashes into the wall with massive force. He whips out the contract, holding it up. Wait, Professor. It says you'll grant any reasonable request. This is simple for the magic head, right? Dust fills the warehouse. To survive, I need people here to notice me. Despite his fear, Dwood steadies himself and says, Guess I'll go all out against you. Later, the academy professors hold a crisis meeting. A green-haired professor, Conrad, speaks. She turns away, casting healing magic on Eleanor, her eyes locked on his. From experience, this is just the start. Now, the worst news. What do you know about demons? No wonder this gift never activated. Should I check what I just got? Time skips ahead. Dwood's now at the magic department, waiting to meet Professor Percy with his request. So, why is this happening? The Academy's mysteries don't matter. We can stop it, but I need a break. She sways, clutching the rod to stand, exhausted but unharmed. Ilya munched a cookie, scoffing. Keep dreaming. A guy who picks on his sister. No way, he smiled softly. Who says people can't change? Sweat drips, but, back with Dwood's group. Ilya can't figure out his plan. We'll soon see if he's a fake or real. Let's watch how it plays out. Ilya hesitated, staring at Dwood's eager face. Is this guy nuts? She wondered. Dwood blinks. Oh, my skill again. Hasn't exhales? Fearless. You won't answer. Fine, kill me. At that moment all the girls lock eyes, burning with determination. None will let Dwood go easily. Ilya knocks them away, barely steady. After that Dwood and Ilya get their rewards. Ilya gasps at her paper. Item rental from the Vision Warehouse and a favor from the Magic Head. Amazing. Some need special attention. If Dwood's as great as you think, he'll stand out among them, and just like that. Smirking, he says, when you saw him fall from one swing, you saw the gap, didn't you? Talina's eyes blaze, body shaking with rage. Dwood tries to clear it up. I was just near her, that's all. But Ilya snaps. Doesn't matter, you remind me of her face and it ticks me off. I might hurt you. See you tomorrow, Dwood, she says cheerfully, then runs off. True, but her whole family's seeking asylum here. Eleanor stands behind him, her expression dark. She heard it all. Watching you two got me curious. Percy and I made a wager. We want to see if you two can break the record we set as freshmen. Morning comes fast. Dwood froze, face heating up. He looked away, flustered. Eleanor noticed, smirking. It's a full moon, so I prepped properly. Dwood grabs it fast and steps closer. The angel laughs. Tell me what you want. Don't overdo it. I'll try to deliver. Like always. Everything was either set in stone or up to chance. Annoyed, she glances sideways. Not happy with my grading. Conrad scoffs. Put yourself in my shoes, she snaps. Then watch him yourself and see why he deserves it. Whoever's behind it isn't stopping anytime soon. Eleanor, unfamiliar with Talina, raised a brow. Hey, employee, any perks for the student council president? Talina perked up. Of course. He hesitated, then said awkwardly, no need to come out. Just got a small favor. But the real issue is Dwood Campbell. He's the only one left out of the Academy's reports. No clear reason why. Dwood holds the paper, sighing like he's dying. They're making this huge. In my old life and this game world, they take stuff way too seriously. Eleanor leans in. Something to learn, huh? Voices echo from the vortex. You said the Allied forces were where? Count Lupin, Curiosity level 1, plus 50 points. Count Garand, Interest level 3, plus 140 points. Specializations match your focus. Ilya uses a sword, so she's strength-based. I'm similar, so my reward should fit. The assistant freezes, eyes wide. What did you say? I think I'm interested in someone, Eleanor repeats. Ilya glanced at him, uneasy. Do we really need to do this now? Awkward silence fills the room. The assistant points, trembling. Wait, you like that country bumpkin? Elnor stays calm. I never said I liked him. Scene shifts. A voice booms through the hall. This is Conrad Volador, Night Department Head. Beside her the class president Elnor huffs. Arms crossed. Just this once. Don't get smug. She nods to the professor. Go on. Sir, she asks Elnor. Did anyone die? Elnor shrugs. Not too many. Maybe 12. They plan to assassinate me with a boulder on the train, staged as an accident. I figured them out and handled it. The professor warns you should have let the school deal with it. With my game knowledge and stat buffs, maybe I'll make it. He takes a deep breath to steady himself. Eloni Academy, where he's headed, will soon fall into chaos because of a villain's brutality. Uria's lightning-fast attacks make his hair stand on end. A sudden knock jolts him. He whips his head toward the door. Hold on, I know your game. Elnor sighs, bored. No, I just don't want her alone with Elia. Something might happen. Let me check. Conrad's firm. Even if I say no, I can kick you out. How's that? As he ties the bag, Teresa walks up. You done? She asks. This isn't a test. It's a damn trap. I'd be in real trouble. I'm so relieved. His calm stuns Hazard. What's he talking about? Edward adds. Your walk. That nasal tone exactly like I remember. Dwood, a game veteran, sees this as easy. Artificial monsters have predictable patterns. Exploit their weaknesses, and it's simple. He can't say that, so he grins. Because you're with me. Scene shift. A huge hall in Alani Academy buzzes with new students. It's the class cooperation exam day, testing every skill. First, a one-on-one duel. All these key characters getting attached to me. Dwood sighs, rubbing his face. The real problem, the final boss, main quest, and timing. Something huge is coming. Checking Dwood's sack, Conrad's eyes widen. Wow, how'd you get all this? Dwood shrugs. No big deal. I pick the best stuff carefully. Elnor cuts in. I told you, there's nothing between us. At least, that's what I know. Talina, in a waiter's uniform, spotted him and grinned. Dwood, remember me. Part-time gig family cut my allowance. So I'm broke. I'll keep that in mind, Dwood replied. Then the system pings him 2 days until the first stage of the trust event with Elnor. Hey, I know you're in there. Answer me or I'll kick this door down. Dwood shouts back. Are you crazy? Elia cuts one in half but snaps. Stop bossing me around. Help? He slips past security, reaching the senior grinder treasure spot. Someone ahead sighs, annoyed. Is spacing out your talent or what? Time flies. Night falls. A student with all F-rank stats, on his first day at Alani Academy. Elia softens her tone after hearing him. So, you're there. Can you open the door? Destroy it now. 3, 2, 1 duck. Arrow from my side. Oh yeah. Yes, I've got it all now. He grabs the burner eagerly. The professor sees her resolve and drops it. Elia paces the hallway, sighing in frustration. He should have just said yes. It hits him hard. Everyone here matters to the plot. An idea sparks. That memory calmed her. Her tense face softened, and she exhaled slowly. He checks his system. Elnor's trust drops from 5 to 1. Favorability now. A reward's ready. She shifts into a serious stance. Her grip alone sends chills down Dwood's spine. He clutches his head and heads back inside to check it. Dwood, you fail at everything. Now you remember me. Your jealousy trick caused me headaches. How delusional is he? Still, he seems different. The angel ignores Dwood's panic. That gift's stronger than you think. How you shape it is up to you. It'll draw a merciless yet oddly caring monster to you. Behind, her voice shook. What about Mom and Dad? He stayed firm. We have to go. I'll handle them. Hide if you see Apocalypse descendants. Or he's a prodigy. Meanwhile, Dwood dives back just in time to avoid being slashed. The key is he now has a skill to stay alive. A bald angel glares at his slacking partner. Who said stop? Why is your shovel still? Before it hits, the spider explodes into pieces. On the other side, Gold Deer takes it as a yes. Meet me at Twilight Eye in 3 days. I wait. Then he walks off, deciding it all himself. He pulled her onto a floating rock nearby. A blond boy stands amid blazing flames. Then she turns to Dwood, serious. Please look after Elia. She loses it when you're involved. It could get worse. Elia doesn't waver. Whatever he's up to, he's got a plan. Her eyes darken. Besides, we've got our own trouble. Dwood's eyes widened. Wait, Talina. What's he doing here? Dwood sighs, muttering. I told her everything. Hope that's enough. He prays silently. Without a word, she lunges forward, fast as an arrow cutting through the wind. The Holy Nation, Tribal Alliance, and Empire formed the Golden Triangle to guard it, including Alani. Dwood's face went blank. Shouldn't have asked. He groaned inside, moving on. She'd already agreed to infuse the entity into his artifact anyway. Meanwhile, Adeline laughs. I'm serious. The 3 of you can pull off this plan's final goal. She keeps that last bit to herself. Status: Dwood Campbell. Strength F, agility F, stamina F, luck F, charisma F, skills none, expertise none, traits none, gifts none. Seeing this pitiful board, Dwood sweats. Even as a veteran gamer, he's never seen stats this low. Wait. His eyes widen as a giant rock hurtles toward the window. There's no way to save himself now. Teresa guesses. Dwood Campbell. He keeps his distance from you and all you want is just to be friends with him. Event: assassination attempt. Surviving assassins target her. Protect the target. Dwood sighs tiredly. Talina stares, stunned, then forces a smile. Elia, been a while. First time since those monsters broke loose. Right, she sighs. Trying again. Look, he's treated you well, right? Normally, you'd suspect him first, as Lady Tristan. Be careful. The big issue. Yesterday, he rejected her flat out. Why is the world always about to collapse? Dwood yells, exasperated. Despite his calm words, Elia's nerves wouldn't settle. But his luck runs out. Yuria corners him completely. Yet today, she's in his group. How? He wonders, choking on his drink and spitting water on his system screen. Time passes as they finish every bite. Nearing an interest shift, a special event looms. Dwood laughs weakly. She's even more curious now. What's going on? He recalls the letter and food from last night. Keep allies close, enemies closer. More influence over the good, bigger rewards, less goodness, even better prizes. Elia's hand shakes as she returns the bag, her mind buzzing with questions. Then, recalling Adeline's orders, she sighs. Fine, you've got your reasons. You helped with those monsters. So, scene shifts to Lenore, buried in paperwork, her chatty assistant buzzing beside her. The professor snaps, I've got questions. Where have you been? He reviews his new gifts. First, fateful connection. Gain rewards from attention by those with evil traits. Stroking his chin, he thinks no wonder I couldn't figure out the conditions back home. Dwood stands at the back, arms crossed, calm. This orientation event gives world insight. I can't skip it, or my prep's wasted. Dwood knows they're starving from hard labor. Politely, he says, Dear angels, eat well before such tough work, you might collapse. Dwood flinches. No way. This isn't random. A chill hits Dwood. Something feels off. He turns stiffly, back from Talina, blade at his throat, laughs nervously. Ha, great to see you too. Panic hit. Wait. Am I falling? Her face froze in shock. Deep down, Dwood knew there was no escaping this event. If he's targeting me, I need a counterplan. With that, he and Eleanor stepped inside. A familiar voice greeted them. Dwood sighs deeply. Don't mess with me. I'm already tied to her. In this gossip-filled academy, she's a final boss candidate. Standing near her is a death wish. He climbs the wall and leaps inside the warehouse. Protective shield. Rank C uses mana for a one-time shield and a buff. 20-second cooldown. Evolves with Sacred Mark. She fidgets, noticing his silence. Something wrong. You okay? While Nor's in charge of Dwid's elite group ties back to him. Yesterday, professors decided, if Dwid can beat a warrior candidate, let's see him in the exam. The student council president should oversee it. Problem is, refusing drops her affection and might make enemies. Oddly, Dwid sighs in relief, like a burden's lifted. Thank heavens, he mutters with a small smirk. Sharp fangs burst from the dark, right in their faces. Elnor nods. True. Her eyes fall on a photo on the table. Hearing someone call his name, Dwid looks up. Yeah, that's me. Elia glances at Elnor. You said we'd get questions here. Is this the test? Elnor stays quiet, scanning the area sharply. A mad sword master who slashes anyone within 3 steps. Don't worry, father, I'll keep a low profile. No fantasies about raising the barony status. I'll aim for below average grades. Conrad pauses, then says, no one, not even Elia cranks, walks off a hit like that unscathed. She dodges just in time, but his pace wears her out. Behind you, strike coming. Yes, gasp. That's the angel's blessing. How's a student using it? Ahead. Students whisper, they'll handle it. Right. No need to panic. Let's keep moving. Staying here could be bad. Dwid looks around and realizes something. Wait, these are all the protagonists' party members. This is where they first meet in the story. An exhausted assistant slumps over paperwork. This is a mess, she mumbles, voice muffled. He looks at Elnor and Elia seriously. You feel it too. Right, we're not alone. I didn't want protagonist ties, but that angel changed my mind. Elia blinks, puzzled by his casual wave. Elia looks surprised. Oh, you dodged. Not totally weak then. Guess I'll hit harder. We're friends anyway. Go sleep. As she moved to shut the door, Dwid spoke fast. A female angel spots him sneaking a cookie. You're stealing food. He snaps. You're the driver, not a soldier. Mind your business and save energy for driving. But why is he on the same train as her? Inside, he thinks fast. I'm not lying. Staying alive matters most, though no one gets it. Can we ask for a bite? The curly-haired angel suggests. The long-haired one smacks him. You can't even descend yet. Stop dreaming and work. Startled, Elia let go of his cloak, panic in her eyes. Why yes, she stammered. Elnor appears out of nowhere. Wait, why is she listed? Rewards come from villains with positive interest. She's no villain, and she hates me. Just as he finishes, the roof smashes open, and a blue-haired girl drops into the room. Wait, since before sunset, before he could process, Elnor's look hit him. Elnor's the assassination target, so no one should notice him. His plan, find a quiet corner and wait it out. The angel snapped to attention, eyeing the spread. He's still watching. What's he got? He's enjoying it. Fine, go change. The dual qualifiers are on. If you go now, you'll face Elia, the once-in-a-millennium genius, and Dwid Campbell. A voice stumbles over the name elsewhere. One that could blast this whole academy apart. That's what Dwid hopes, but life's never that simple. A voice suddenly calls from behind him, sends the gym beast crashing down, cracking the floor into countless pieces. From afar, Percy scoffs mockingly. Conrad ignores her and bets on Dwid. He'll win. Then he leans forward. All right, start. To most, she leads. But he's the key. The professor grows anxious. Is she crazy? The dual qualifiers are happening now. How can she be late just then? He glances over. Just an outside creature. They're testing it. It'll break free soon. That starts the main event. During the ride, time skips. Dwid stares at the black card, sighing. The apocalypse. I'll deal with it later. This key's a player-locked item. Something's off with the story. Unease creeps in. Then he points another way. I'm going that direction. Elia frowns. Ha, why? These guys are weak. A red-haired pupil scoffs, slicing another down with ease. She and the protagonist fight endlessly. Losing their sanity, a great demon awakens, consumes her, and only the fully powered protagonist can face her. From behind, Ilya watches, frowning. Why go this far? Back with Honor's group, they've reached the Grand Hall. Every new recruit feels it now. Assassins lurking in the shadows. With his gaming experience, Dwight knows exactly who she is. Still, he couldn't figure out why he'd replaced Ilya in this mess. Had he messed up the story from the start? Either way, he had to focus on now preparing some backup for his meeting with Goldear. Seeing her stress, the assistant asked, "Why so worked up? You're not new to this." Dwight's voice cut through her panic. "Just as I thought. It's you, Hazmed. If it were anyone stronger." Dwight ignores them, knowing his dire odds. "My stats are trash. One hit from her, and I'm done." He glances at the system. "Oh, desperate survivals at rank Hazm snaps. What's wrong with this guy? I'm done." A horn blares, a truck rolls up. The driver yells, "Holy mud bricks are here, unload." Meanwhile, Dwight grips a wooden staff tight. The fight begins. "I'm a pro. I can tell skill by movement. This guy's an amateur. I'll play with him before taking him out. Then I'll use his body to get Lady Tristan." A wicked grin spreads across his face. Maybe I just think you're cute." Dwight's eyes widen. "Princess, behind you," he shouts. Hearing this, Professor Conrad grins. "Nope. It's my call. The president and I judge. Good luck." Students groan at the vague setup. A brown-haired student asks, "Professor Opilia, is that the void zone?" Dwight's interest spikes. Seeing his embarrassment, Allure sighs and returns to her book. "You're really strange." Conrad frowns. "What do you mean?" she replies. "This year's class is full of unique talents." After a quiet moment, Ilya asked, "If you fight, will you die?" He chuckled. "If I'm unlucky, maybe. But I'm good, so probably not." Without hesitation, he accepted. "Fine by me." "Perfect." He agrees instantly. Wood cuts in, walking off, points first. He waves. "Oh, okay," Teresa says, watching him go. Staring at the screen, Dwight stammers, "Sorry for waking you." Before he finishes, Yuria's shadow looms behind him. With a quick move, she sweeps his legs. Then Adeline pulls out parchment with a strange, dark symbol. "Recognize this seal? That's why I asked about demons." Unable to take it, he spills everything. Honor's eyes narrow. Right now, a stunning silver-haired girl sits in front of Dwight, reading a book and sipping tea. She stays eerily calm with one swing. Behind her, Dwight scratches his head. Calm. "I'd love to. But one problem," he deadpans. "I'm trashed here. All stats F. I can't do squat." I'd have bet Dwight couldn't beat a future warrior like her. But somehow drugs, tools or something else, he boosted his power. A scene of chaos and fire. Young Ilya trembled in her nightclothes, clutching a bloody sickle. Her brother shouted ahead, "Ilya, it's too dangerous. Back door to the granary now." "What the hell?" Dwight smiles casually. "Luck, I guess. Next area's tougher. Keep it up. Good luck." Hazmed of the Crescent Moon, is he in the building? The assassin grits his teeth. "I can't say. A brutal assassin who kills for money." Wrong move. Honor slams his face into the floor with her foot, her voice menacing. Ilya replies casually, "Just a chat to get to know each other better. That's all." Beating Ilya seems to have earned Dwight some trust. Now he just needs to hide until this event ends. From a corner, Honor watches anxiously. No headmaster or Conrad here. The priest beside her shakes his head. "We can't lose the angel's blessing." But Dwight refuses. "No. Deliver a message. Stay away from Lady Tristan. Even you barely survived." His focus shifts. Prep for the event in 3 days. "I know what to do. Just survive." His eyes gleam with excitement. "I'm from the countryside. Still adjusting. About saying we're not friends, I'm sorry." Something feels off. Ilya narrows her eyes. "Excuse me, but what's your deal with him?" Seeing the doubt, Dwight insists, "I'm not lying. This place'll get busy soon." Honor turns sharply. "They tried to kill me." Her eyes tighten. "Hazmed can steal appearances by killing. Who's the easiest target here?" Dwight stands slowly, leans in, and whispers. Yeah, it was rigged. He pauses, then adds, or is that what you want to believe? I'm not obsessed with him. Nonsense. The assistant mutters, sure, whatever. Would clench his teeth, his shaky hand knocking on the door. With one swing, she beheads it, saving him. Dwood speechless. Wait, am I awful? Her face shifts, puzzled. They're after you. Why'd he risk this? She wonders about their bond. Adeline speaks casually. After the freshman chaos, I couldn't talk to you. Now I've got bad news and worse news. She chuckles. Before he finishes, Dwood jumps in. No problem. We've got this. Ilya stares at him, stunned by his quick agreement. But instead of receiving an answer that could calm his nerves, the system chimes. Pheromone effect applied to Lenore. She's resisting attraction. Ilya walks up. Dwood, team up with me? I said she'd have to get past me. I won. He smirks at Lenore, getting better. Huh, gonna play dead all day. An assassin is a weapon. Yet he's losing badly. Back in the present, Ilya slept in her room until a voice woke her. She swings a chain-link sword at him. The blade rips through crates like paper, the air hissing sharply. Probably. Design department made this. But he smirks. I got lucky. My pick's shining already. Percy raises a brow. Her, the next exam star. Right on cue, a clear voice calls. Excuse me, is this the Monster Research Division? Not something a normal person pulls off without guts or skill. I'm impressed. Dwood grins confidently. She be here soon. The staff chuckles. Who'd show up for a nobody like you? The stack of gear crashes down. It's Lenore. Images flood Ilya's mind. No time to admire her, she's Yuria Greyhouch. Chapter to boss. The cursed sword goddess. Even a top knight can fall to ranged attacks unless you train swordsmen to perfection. Beside her, Dwood glances at Ilya's paper. First years don't usually get this. We got the same reward. Right. Divine and deathly energies still clash. It's where demons could break free. Dwood pauses, catching his breath. I grabbed my weapon on instinct. She thinks, eyeing Eleanor warily. Could she beat her now? Eleanor Tristan. But that punch, it hit hard. Another professor asks, what do you mean? Nice, he says. Checking it. System shows. Basic Tristan swordsmanship. Activating Holy Shield to block it. The hit's brutal. You have activated the rule of the demon and received a decree reward behind him to Lena charges. Spear tight. Roaring. You bastard. I'll kill you. Hazem chuckles dryly. And if I return, even the grumpy bald angel smiles. This guy, huh? Alright. 10-minute break. Everyone. He checks his watch, calculating. If the story's on track, she's due now. Meanwhile, back at Professor Conrad's desk, Eleanor stands nearby. He notices something. Hey, President, I asked you to grade. Aren't you being unfair? Holding red wine, they walk a dim corridor. Ilya thinks, Dwood's different today. Is he mad? Why is he quiet? She asks. Why are we here? No answer. Dwood remains silent behind her offering. The vibrant mist sucked into the pouch fast. Morning chaos and unwanted truths loom. An explosion follows, and silence falls. Everyone, eyes burning with rage. Don't tell me you planned this whole thing, including the escape. I get why the Prime Minister's mad. Hunting the mastermind, but I've already got a mountain of work. Her friend's eyes widen. You just said you didn't care. But the bottle in Eleanor's hand is crushed, unnoticed or not. But he replies to what Campbell in response. Eleanor nodded. The assistant sighs, rubbing her temples. Eleanor, political attacks on you aren't new, but this is the second assassination attempt. Ilya eyes him suspiciously. Your confidence is wild. Any reason for this? In a large square, a professor's voice booms as new students gather despite an unfortunate incident. Thank you all for arriving safely. This year's freshmen are impressive. Hey, you're from Classa, right? Yeah, Classa professors here. The people who fought with you that night. All officially recognized. Then he stops. No, using it now is a waste. Eleanor's strong, but as a final boss, she get crazier skills later. I'll wait. Dude overhears and shrugs. Still worth a shot. Conrad pauses, then agrees. Fine, his way. It feels deliberate, like he's dodging the Academy's attention on purpose. Eleanor interrogates brutally. Seconds later, she snaps out of it, standing up. Dude, are you insane? Making that's one thing, where would you even use it? Conrad peers in shiny minerals gleam. Perfect. First place. Perside love these as a gift, he smirks. Silence. Then an ink bottle flies across the room. What's wrong with you? Ilya isn't convinced. There's something between them. Even if it's just for info, I should keep trying to befriend him. This won't help in real combat. The person across from her replied, not sure what you're thinking, but it's a spiritual entity. Fear took over, but a buried memory broke through. Percy catches her slip. Flustered. What's wrong with me? You're messing with my head. This is your fault, she snaps. A mask over half his face. He's got a low-tier agility potion, a shadow mask for agility, and silent step shoes for quiet movement, all from the point shop. The shop's a lifesaver, he nods, feeling lighter. Hey, Ilya, focus, open your eyes. I don't know who's behind this, but if they keep coming, her gray devil might unleash. I'll stop that. You just mentioned him. The assistant stares, stunned, then asks cautiously, you mean Wood Campbell? A faint blush colors Honor's cheeks. He's caught off guard. Aren't you with your friends? Wood hurries down, muttering right. The practical test starts right after the ceremony. Elsewhere, Wood lies on his bed, staring at a letter. What's this mean? It reads, Wood Campbell, we can't place your faction yet. Our team is investigating for optimal results. Everything turned pitch black. Monsters grow stronger, and so does he. She just holds out her hand. Give it back. Ilya, Eleanor, usually icy, gives him sultry looks. Phew, Wood Campbell, you're more masculine than I thought. These abilities outshine normal gear. They're enough for now, but he's still weak against the Purifier's onslaught. He needs more. He's here, isn't he? His skull feels ready to crack. He's trapped. Ilya fumbled with the pouch, yelling, like this. She caught strange fumes pouring from the creature. The catapult fired, launching Wood and Ilya into the sky. Look forward to good news, he groans, rolling over. Just toss me in some random faction and leave me alone. He sits up. Main quest complete. Freshman reception incident D3 resolved. Reward, exclusive equipment materials. Wood rubs his face, sighing. This feels like the start of my troubles. He recalls the event. Students get faction sharpshooter, warrior, mage, cleric. He's no priest. They say it takes 10 years to master. How? Her voice drips with disbelief. He scratches his head and asks sorry. Who am I with? He's calm outside, but inside. He panics. The last opponent must be the strongest. He taps the interface, checking Eleanor and Ilya's status. Hey, you, I'm here to fix the power. Show me the way. I can't see in the dark. These are huge. Why aren't they tied up? Suspicion creeps in. The captain sighs. Sorry, the truck broke down. They're fixing it. Hang on a bit. Okay. I won't forget this. I'll repay you later. Right after the villain says this. You wanted a two-person team. That's why I'll just watch him closely. That's all. Scene shifts to an old equipment warehouse. Wood wears all black. I want to protect you. Ilya's cheeks flush pink. Unbelievable, she mutters, in the observation room, nibbling the biscuit. He checks each item. Got everything but the big one. Percy mutters, unbelievable. For girls around you, and people think you'll save the world, a harem, you've got that wish. Deal with her. Cash it in. Wood nods. All right, I'll do it. It's just us. If you die, what do I do? We run together. Tonight, she was unrecognizable. A stunning red dress hugged her frame, showing off her slim waist and sharp curves. He pulls out a crate. His eyes lock on a golden incense burner. There. Pinnacle of divinity, ancient, powerful, thousands of years old. Eleanor glares and snaps. New students can't socialize with the opposite sex. It's forbidden. Ilya blinks. Is that a rule? Before she can finish, Honor's eyes flash red. I just made it. Stay away from his room. Then it happens. Before she could rant more, Honor pressed a finger to her lips, hushing her. As it clears, Dwood finds himself holding a stunning girl with long black hair. Dwood turns with a smirk, waving. He's not the shy Dwood anymore. Ilya turns. A fanged Wolf lunges. Warned, she slices its neck easily. Honor narrows her eyes, smirking oddly. Sure, I want you tough. Can't have my little sister losing to anyone. He pulled out a paper bag. Here, cookies from the Baron's estate. Ilya huffed. Don't want 'em. Honor smiles faintly. So, you've been thinking about me this whole time. Wait, this was hers. Does she come here often? Cold sweat drips down his face. He has no choice but to run for his life. The ending ties to Honor and Ilya. I'm tangled in their story now. Ooh, this sucks, he sighed inwardly, keeping it to himself. His positioning, timing, support is scarily precise. Even with his skills, pain is real. He can't run forever. Raising his hands, he pleads. It's a misunderstanding. I didn't mean it, please. Like a machine, she swings her chainsword, tearing the ground to shreds. It's no battlefield anymore. I won't push you. Your current record is already amazing. Honestly, beating our old one is almost impossible. The woods get screamed danger. If we wait, we're lunch. Collect what it spits out quick. The inner world key will get them. Everything's on track. I've got nothing to lose. Some future enemies are probably watching. If I survive, I might catch their eye. He keeps up the act. Oh, don't worry. The fight swings fully to Dwood and Ilya's side. Honor doesn't care about his reaction. She asks bluntly, do you like me? Dwood sees a chance to escape. Wait, this is her turf. She hides here, away from everyone. Even instructors rarely show up. That means, of course, went like clockwork. Dwood beamed, proud. Gregory Phantom farming basic trick for a pro like me. He tests his luck. Hey, want a cookie? He pulls out stamina recovery cookies, holding them like bait. The assistant kept going. Next semester, a real sanus from the Holy Empire's coming. Yuria frowns, annoyed. I won't fall for that. Are you bribing me with food? Dwood? Meanwhile back to Dwood. He's fleeing. She's furious, panting. If you know this, fight. We'd level up faster together. Ilya shouts orders. Freeze them. Ice magic surges, trapping several assassins instantly. He doesn't argue. He tosses a cookie. Yuria instinctively catches it in her mouth like a puppy grabbing a treat. Meanwhile, across the academy, realizing what she did, her face reddens more. That was a mistake, she mumbles, flustered. They rest with drinks. Elnor asks, have you picked a major? Dwood nods. Yeah, theology. And destroy the world. The failed hit on Elnor and this monster. Likely their work against House Tristan. A young angel hands a brick to his captain. Captain, still no food. I was an Alani student too. From a minor noble family like you. Her face grows complex with one look. Inside the portal, a vast purple sky stretched out. Giant stone chunks floating everywhere. Dwood and Ilya stood on one drifting rock. Received. Tristan family swordsmanship trait. His eyes widen. A sword family tied to demons, nice. I'll take it. The academy is a mess. After checking the timing and spots of the assassination attempt, one fact stands out. There's a spy inside. But if we ignore a student with that potential, the academy loses big. As I said, but what about limits? He taps the chalkboard. A voice cuts in. Professor, I have a question. She mumbled. Shut up, but the voice pushed. Come on, I said sorry. No more teasing. I swear. Ilya spun around, tears streaking her angry face. Liar. Pushing me down the hill wasn't a joke. The Emperor won't notice you two for a while. Stay hidden. I'll come back later. Memories flash in his mind. God's messenger fought a demon-powered warrior there. Centuries later. But she's furious. She speaks up. Hey, Ilya. How've you been? Ilya skips the small talk. What were you doing to Dwood? harassing him. Talina stammers. No, I was just. But she cuts him off. Done with excuses. Escape. Ilya frowned. Dude grinned slyly. See it yet. In the story, Ilya opposes the Tristan family often. Their messy reputation explains why. Then, without an ounce of hesitation, he hurls it with all his might, a lightning bolt aimed at Dwood. Teresa hesitates. What if that's not his real goal? Her smile freezes, then fades slowly. Dwood smiles, pleased. Good, I'll slip away for lunch and return. I've got plans. Dwood can't smile back. He knows her, the world's greatest genius, the future savior, the main character of Savior Rising. Dwood, completely ignoring her complaints, continued. Dwood's not thrilled. Every instinct screams danger. Please stop, he begs silently. Nearby, a priestess watches, worried about her friend's sad face. A system alert pops up. Double date. You're dating both, great job. Don't get caught, or penalties hit. Dwood sighs at the screen. I use all my points. It's just a clone, but it should work. She nods. Don't go far, or you're in trouble. Got it? Yes, ma'am, he says, leaving. Sitting beside her, he said, thanks to the Baron, I'm a knight apprentice now. She bumps into someone, knocking a bag of food to the floor. With this, I can touch what others only dream of. The smoke swirls, and a vortex forms in the sky. Two pairs of ethereal wings wrap around him, blocking the bear's strike completely. At that moment, the voices stop. They notice Dwood watching. Wait, that human's looking at us. Yeah, right. The assistant scoffs. If the Grand Duke hears this, what'll he say? Elnor sets the ink bottle down. That old man will be furious. He's been staring. Better he's quiet than bothering us. What do you mean? Dwood, Ilya calls out. A wave of killing intent floods the air. Before she can say more, the curly-haired angel sighs, wipes his brow, and forces a smile. It's moving now. Ilya's curiosity about him hits level 5. The reward stays locked. Before Dwood can ask anything, the bald angel speaks up as if reading his mind. You're wondering why I'm so nice to you and not someone else. Right. I'll explain. The bald angel barks. Not like that. Spread it evenly. Idiot. Dwood watches the odd scene of angels digging. Nothing like he imagined heaven. By the way, how's it going with the warrior candidate and the Tristan girl? Her tone hints at something deeper. Dwood didn't answer right away, lost in thought. This arc's mini-bosses are demon cannon level. Dwood watches the chaos, forcing a smile. So this is why angels don't visit the mortal world often. She hesitated, then snapped, I hope you do get unlucky and drop dead. Leave already. Always teasing, ignoring mom and dad, obsessed with that dumb sword. I hope death's waiting. Dwood whispers to her, Professor, can I eat elsewhere? I'm not comfy here. She smiles brightly. Hello, need a hand. Her beauty and cheer shine through. With that thought, Dwood sets out a feast and calls, Wow, thanks for the food. Loud enough for some to hear. Her stepping in means she's admitting her family's mistakes. But she hates politics. Why help? Dwood blinks, puzzled. What does that mean? His words trigger a world rule. Instantly, the food vanishes from his side. Congrats, a record unbroken for years. Clearing Alani's fake monsters like a stroll. Never expected that from a freshman. Scene shift. Elnor's group battles assassins in the Grand Hall. Or rather, they're crushing them. He tosses Dwood a paper. One glance. His voice is firm. I see you're well informed. You've got a unique skill, but you've barely worked on it. Even a little effort could pay off big later. Start now. Dwood gulps under the angel's sharp gaze. Thinking, is this clairvoyance? He saw through me with one look. Is he talking about my affection of evil gift? No way. The more he ponders, the more it twists his head. But on the other side, Yuria doesn't listen. Elnor turns away coolly. He's nothing to me. Just remember what I said, Ilya. A swordsman using their surroundings can block arrows. If foes get close, we're not helpless. Elnor snaps back. And if the terrain's against you, how do you close in? It's like the military squads, ranks, and constant orders. A girl in a priest-like outfit looks around nervously. Hey, Ilya, would be okay alone. What if something happens? But things never go smoothly for Dwood. The small burner was holding the pile steady. Removing it makes everything wobble. He aims for brick molding easier than digging and less shouting. Thank heavens. First-class merchant Ezer. Leave those bricks to me. Suddenly, the angel transforms. The grumpy old man becomes a radiant youth with long hair. A nearby human freezes in fear, but the angel smirks. You're calm. I see a great man in you. Nothing too worrying about. Activating asceticism, he turns all extra stats into endurance. A cross appeared in front of him, glowing with a blinding light. Dwood feels thrilled as danger spikes. System flashes red. Danger detected. Threat. Life-threatening. Outside, Ilya's voice cuts through as if she knows his plan. Dwood dances with death, dodging by inches. She sends for assassins crashing into the wall, cracking it deeply. She said, I need to get closer to learn about the Tristans. He needs a mana source. That's why he's here, in a big plaza with tons of students. He checks the incense burner. Notifications pop up. Holy incense burner. Rank C sacred relic with divine power. Contains 2 abilities. Asceticism. Rank C uses mana to turn bonus stats into reserves. 20-second cooldown. Evolves with proof of destiny. He points to a wall map. We should head to the central hall. It's got supplies and space, if we're ambushed. The fight heats up. Giant bats flap aggressively overhead. Just the transfer students left. Some are from the Tribal Alliance, I hear. He rubs his chin. Stats tied to health, so this boosts my survival. Desperate survival already lifts my stats when I'm in danger. His face stays cold. No, we're just not that close. I can max this out. But evolution's key. Everything here can grow over time. Getting this early is huge luck. Problem is, both skills need mana, and I've got 0 mana stats. Blessing and curse at once. Right. So, where's your partner, Dwood? Time passes. Dwood wakes up, like he's fought 1,000 battles. Conrad grins. He suggests, you wanted to get to know me. Still up for it. Her words make Dwood burn with embarrassment. She misunderstood. He only wanted the necklace's protection. Seeing this, Dwood's confident smile immediately froze. Wait, am I actually a horrible person? Time skips. They're paired in Alani Academy's simulation dungeon. Shaking, he gives in. Yes, he's with us. Hearing her question, Dwood sighs grudgingly, like he just woke up. Have some faith. You wanted to be friends. Remember our first fight. You tried to hit me. Ilya pauses. Yeah, and I got beat. Dwood sighs inside. They've been at it forever. Now everyone's watching me. Stuck between a warrior and a Tristan. Whatever. I'll focus on my stuff. A loud boom rocks the underground hall. Dwood's clone reacts fast, grabbing Ilya and jumping clear of the blast. Including Dwood stands stunned, jaws dropped. Dwood Campbell. Not far away, a burly red-haired guy pants nearby. The strongest monsters are here. Something special close. Back to real Dwood. A system alert pops up. Main quest monsters appeared. Stop them fast. Too many casualties mean harsh penalties. Reward. Exclusive crafting materials. He jumps up. President, find a priest. I've got work. Meanwhile, in the observation room, professors watch via magic screen. He stares, conflicted. Ignoring her, he says, 2 daggers. Left and right. Deflect them. She grits her teeth. The force twisted her face. This is awful, she shouted. Yuria yanks it back. Dwood expected this. He knows how to survive her. Do it, Dwood. He leaps off her shoulder. Elnore's face darkens slightly. Why? The escaped monster, a huge bear, roars. Its massive body shakes the ground. Red eyes targeting trapped first years. A swirling, 7-colored mist danced in the air ahead. Dwood adds, nice. Paralysis gas trap on your right. He explains, no killing intent here. It's a sim. Desperate survival won't kick in. These are just programmed constructs. Back in his room, he rips it open. She wants me as her companion. Oh, right. Tomorrow's the freshman banquet. I forgot. It's just spending time with her there. Her curse, Within 3.5 steps, enemies die, but she can't step forward herself. Across from him, Ilya studies his sweaty face. Concerned, "Hey, be honest with me. It's not almighty. I need base stats for real fights," he reminds himself quietly. Meanwhile, Ilya yells, "Let's do this." She charges not at him, but a monster sneaking up behind. Meanwhile, Dwood plans ahead. This could help later. "I wasn't supposed to meet her this early in the game." He's wrong. She protected him. As Adeline pours tea, she casually asks. Dwood stands beside Ilya, his neat hair framing a cool expression. "Yeah," he replies simply. Hearing that, Ilya's eyes widen. "What?" "I fought alone and broke a 2-player record." To save his skin, he blurts, "Listen, Council President, even while training with Ilya, your moves give that vibe." She grins and holds out her fist. Dwood watches silently, studying it. Conrad rests a hand on a colleague's head. Casual. Dwood's casual comment over drinks. Holy power needs 10 years. At the exam, Elnor stands with arms crossed. "Welcome, everyone. I'm Elnor, overseeing this test." Elnor, trust level to 2.5, temporary affection boost. Special event available, notable character unlocked. Special interactions at higher affection. Meeting in 3 days. Yuria flickers free from his grasp. Red alerts flash. Danger detected. Threat level. Life-threatening. Desperate plea activated. S rank. Dwood smiles. "Don't worry, warrior candidate. What's done is done." Dwood presses on. "A promise is a promise. I won't hurt anyone, just need to destroy something big. Or it'll get messy." Percy yells. "That's why I'm worried." "You fool." Conrad chuckles. "Nope." His eyes lock on the screen. Him, Dwood Campbell. Not knowing her thoughts, Elnor fixes her hair and asks, "What's your name?" Conrad sighs. That's the issue with wand-twirling mages. He crosses his arms. "A warrior alone can't break records. If you succeed, you can ask Percy for anything," Conrad says, "but if it's too much pressure." Scene shifts to the training grounds. Elnor's close friend complains. "What's up with you lately? You're here to vent, but you're overdoing it. Seriously, what's going on?" Elnor slashes deep into the bear's flesh. "The Force. Interesting choice, Dwood. Which artifact do you want it in?" Conrad leaps up in the observation room. "I knew it. This is what I wanted." "See, Percy." She spits tea, startled. "My mom taught me this technique as a kid, but I forgot it. I'm starting over." It leads to Sanity's slow collapse. That's why Tristan airs shine bright, but end tragically. As Elnor drinks water, her friend asks, "That thing, it's not serious, right? What are you doing here?" Inside, Elnor's assistant griped loudly, "Return the books on time, President. You haven't read a single one. Mom and Dad are gone. I'm not dumb, they're dead." While others plan, Dwood ponders his new skill. Allies close, enemies closer. Turn good to bad. "How?" I said, "Nothing bothers me now." Her friend drops a bomb. "That info you wanted right away." Whoosh! Dwood zooms past, snatching the priest's necklace midrun. "I'll handle this," he yells. Ilya, the girl who fought him. Elnor closes her eyes, calming herself. Dwood's amazed. "I gave food and got this?" That angel really came through. Dwood watches her go. Learn to survive dungeons and ruins. Or die. Listen up. Task: find me something interesting in 10 minutes. Go. She exhales long. "I see. Take me there." Dwood's clone and Ilya enter an underground chamber. Then she turns and walks off, vanishing as fast as she appeared. Dwood's left pondering. This wasn't in the story. Couldn't they pick something easier? I heard from a junior. Dwood Campbell's teamed up with next term's warrior candidate, yet none of them got hurt. That's weird enough on its own. Ophelia announces cheerfully, "All right, lunch here." The angel's turn. "How many bricks?" "Unlimited." A long-haired angel declares, unveiling the load dramatically. Only the priestess senses it, unease creeping in. The sim battle starts. Loud mechanical sounds fill the arena. Ilya is sweaty, nerves tight. "If it gets bad, we'll step in." Beep. His gaze slid to Elnor. "Oh, President too. A weird glint flickered in his eyes. Monsters dropped from above, eyes bloodthirsty, locked on Dwood and Elia. He wonders, is it the angel's blessing? Unaware of his thoughts, notifications flood in. Critical charisma activated. Antagonist's favorability soars. Elia clenches her jaw. Damn it. Let's go. What's your deal with the warrior candidate? Dwood looks up, recognizing him. A design staffer panics inside. Our department's toast. Are you okay? Could you move your heavy? Elia watches Dwood's strength. Her worries fade. The design guy's eyes bulge. After eating, they enter an accessory stall. Eleanor stops, eyeing trinkets. Freshman, need anything? Dwood, I knew it, Elia says. Percy rushes to the screen, stammering. Wait, how's this possible? Professor Conrad smirks. Arms crossed, he faked it. I don't blame you. Monsters in the chamber drop fast. Time jumped. Had Mistress Adeline finished a workout, sweat gleaming as she tied her hair. This what I think it is? She asked casually. Percy, clueless to his real plan, sighs. Adeline ordered me to help you, as long as it's not shady. So, what's your request? The beast falls, defeated with the rest, but the ruling powers are losing grip on society. It's a bad time. They'll grab talent any way they can, even from hell. Dwood, a gaming vet, gets it instantly. The tribal coup, holy empires changes, throne battles, it's all power struggles driving this mess. Has him slumps, gasping, blood trickling. He gets it now. That Tristan style. I shouldn't have targeted him, he chuckles bitterly. At the moment a loud announcement rings out. Congrats, monumental power. Dwood Campbell and Elia Crick broke the all-time record. The bear charges the shield. Boom, the barrier shakes hard. Blessings done. Dwood blinks, confused. Already. He saw no ritual, just talk yet it's finished. But it's not over. The spider's not dead. It swings a huge leg at Dwood, still basking in victory. Just beat this world's protagonist. Dwood flashed a mysterious smile. You'll see. Jump. The rocks are drifting apart. Conrad lands the final blow. Elia seemed to pick up on what she was thinking and continued even if it's stored. There's a limit. You're lucky. Thanks, warrior candidate. Scene shifts to a dense forest. Dwood's class gathers as Professor Conrad booms. Welcome, chicks. Survival 101. Hey, we've got no time, Dwood warned. This is interdynastic space. Don't touch anything, some stuff's deadly. He sheathes his sword and teases Percy. I win. Feels good. Huh? She scowls, annoyed. Dwood's stomach sinks. Damn, I knew it? When I took that incense burner, I mapped out every scenario. I need the best skill path to survive. He's lost in thought. Eleanor mutters vaguely. I don't know. The assistant snaps. Say that again, and I'll hit you. Eleanor replies coolly. Go ahead. No matter what, it's like you know what's coming, or planned it all. Everyone looks ahead. A vast area glows with eerie red light. Guys do this with friends. Right? Fist bump. Don't touch my friend, Elia says, her voice icy. Dwood sighs. Seriously? Still, he bumps her fist lightly. Elia's curiosity about him hits level 5. Back in the corridor, Hazem struggles. I'm a pro. My guardian soul blocks attacks. Dwood stays calm but firm. It's necessary. Elia pushes. That path avoids the central hall completely. He shakes his head. Is she just friendly or totally weird? A voice interrupts from behind. That makes 2 of us. Dwood spins, startled. It's the student council president. Should I be worried? Dwood asks. Curious now. Dwood sweats hard. No red alert means desperate plea, and on. So she's not a threat yet. The blonde-haired Talina suggests. As she repeats it, the system flashes. Danger detected. Talina felt like he had reached his absolute breaking point. Wait, isn't it obvious? He's not her boyfriend. When he doesn't answer, Eleanor's face stays cold. One more time. Do you like me? Sweat soaks Dwood's back. Every hair stands up. I've got to say something. He thinks. He glares at the shiny card in his hand. Is Lady Tristan that important to you? Dude says simply. Let's say she is, at the worst time. Streamers burst out. A voice cheers. Incredible speed. New record. With Eleanor and Elia here, I should survive. Then another alert. Pheromone, you're no longer just a boy. Purchased and applied. Let's bet. Who scores higher on this task? Dude can't resist. But fatal charm, can he really handle that? Someone asked you to take care of me. Yuria narrows her eyes. Skeptical, waiting for more. Elia. Interest level 5. Nearing affection. Notable character unlocked. Special interactions at higher affection. Meeting in 3 days. Dude pulled out Adeline's black card. This is the facial linkage gate. We're going in. It's a bit risky, Elia, but don't worry. Sweat beads on his forehead. The apocalypse is here, he screams. Meanwhile, Dude curses himself inside. What are you saying? Dude, why does it sound real? You fool. Everything I've done has caught their eye. But they haven't acted. Someone's hiding info. Nearby, Vice President Elia disagrees. No, the professor's right. The professor nods. Yes, we train for war and diplomacy here. No transferring out. Okay. Ha ha. I'll explain disciplines soon. To options. Dude hid his strength. Or a teasing voice cuts in. Wow, you switched opinions fast. Dude nods fast, like a chicken pecking. Yes, exactly. Why? Eleanor asks, eyes narrowing. She leapt, then plummeted straight down, off to the side. Dude sweats, thinking, where'd she even come from? Eleanor presses, does it tie to why you're around me? He nods. Exactly. She cuts in, I know the Tristan curse. Elia gasps. Dude. He made himself bait to draw out the strongest. It's me, Elia, can I come in? Alone. Dude mulls it over. That was a warning from an angel. I should take it seriously. He shakes it off. At that moment up ahead, an orange-haired noble with a cane calls out. But how? He's not exactly noticeable. And Vice President Elia cricks. What's odd, though, is the unknown skill levels even as a senior veteran. He's never seen that before. Before he can, Eleanor tucks hair behind her ear and sighs. Never mind, it's a friendship thing, I guess. She tilts her head. Unreadable. Is it because I saved you on the train? Just remember the priority list? Her hair was styled fresh, glowing under street lamps, radiating a mature, breathtaking vibe. Talina blinked, pulling it out. This purification order gave it to me. Run by Marquis Riverback, you know him, right? A system alert flashed. Skill. Target control activated on Talina. They say she's bringing a full envoy delegation, the assistant explained. Headmaster probably pulled strings to make it happen. Dude stares at it, uneasy. Love letter or challenge? This wasn't in the story. Smiling, he hands over a card. I've heard rumors. You stopped that monster alone, huh? It's Eleanor. The teacher nods. Go ahead. Miss Tristan. She dives in. Isn't this too much theory? Dude with Elia is a clone, made with a 100-point doppelganger ability from the point shop. It copies him, including all buffs. Eleanor glances aside. Awkward. I plan to give it tomorrow, but open it alone. She turns and leaves fast. A device on the bars flashes red. Dude's reply is instant. Try me. I'll protect her again. Hazmed's smile fades. He's doing this for the Tristans, for you. No other reason to push this far. He notices Elia's curiosity hit level 4, but no reward yet. Eleanor's face turns red. She hesitates, then whispers, I know it's you. This smell, it's driving me crazy. A knock snaps him out of it. He opens the door. It's an X-rank punch, the highest possible. She saw my hand. Why isn't she reacting? A regular freshman shouldn't pull that off. He paused. Eyes sharp. It's Elia. Knew it'd be you, he mutters. She smirks. Arms crossed. You catch on quick. Her eyes widened. Shocked. She snapped. Dude glances at Elia, thinking, that might have been too harsh. She hands him another invite. Here, Dude groans. Again. The assistant grits her teeth. You've been distracted all day. You won't focus. Tell me what's up. or I'm done helping. Eleanor sighs. I think I'm interested in someone. Elia tilts her head. What do you mean, again? Did someone else give you one? No. What's this? He backtracks, sensing it's the same request. Elia grins playfully. Guess. It's a surprise. Decided it during the sim battle, thanks to the president's rules. Read it quick. Before it flies far, a sword slashes through, splitting it in two. Sweaty Eleanor answers from the hall's front. I want to remember something. Bodies fly into walls as magic, sword strikes, and enchantments overwhelm the assassins. Their screams fill the air. After being checked, Dwight boards a carriage to continue his trip. Her anger flared at his smugness. Why didn't you say we'd hit the rift? He shrugged. Figured you'd bail if I did. Hearing that Dwight forces a smile. Thanks for the heads up. Now I'm more nervous. However, since she had been warned in advance, she simply swung her sword, slicing through its neck with ease. Just as she was about to take a breath, Dwight called, 2 more from above. He swings his sword in a blinding arc, slicing a rhino-like beast's head clean off as it falls. Darkness, heavy emotions. She's hiding it? She dashes off, leaving Dwight stunned. Talina's face darkens, voice cold. Rumors say your duel was fishy. Why drag her into your chaos? A system alert pops up. Demon's Law. Ranky, a good person's under your influence due to your rep. She teased. First time out for fun beyond campus, right? Yeah, he mumbled, voice low, eyes dodging hers. She laughed. Why so shy? No more games. He rips off his disguise, revealing a new face. He draws a sharp short sword and says coldly, Good job. Time for your reward. Protests rise. That's unfair. Conrad doesn't budge. Eleanor's brows furrow. They're a pair. Her friend nods. Yeah, probably for the simulation match. It's a 2-person thing. Pick Eleanor. I'm the villain to the protagonist. Pick Elia. The final boss hates me and that priority list might kill me. Teresa's worrying deepens. One wrong move, and Elia might snap. She thinks, refuse both, I'm lost. It's because they're in the interest phase. He agreed to Conrad's challenge to fast. She asks, what's your goal? You're skilled, but is this worth it? Dwight replies calmly, yes, by the rules. He should have joined a special group like Elia's. So why is he excluded? A system ping interrupts. Time jumps to a classroom. The teacher's voice fills the room. That's why the sword's key in any fight. Conrad squints, confused. Really? Then why's Dwight got a perfect score with no assignment? Eleanor sighed. I'm just in a bad mood. Big trouble. Accept both. The more he thinks, the more rejecting one feels like death. His face sharpens. Enough talk. Want friendship. Follow me. 9 o'clock. 3 enemies coming. On the opposite side, Elia sits under a tree, sighing. Is it that obvious? Time flies. The freshman welcome banquet arrives. The grand hall buzzes with students, Dwight soaring up with perfect form. Just as Dwight was analyzing his plan, a loud roar echoes nearby, startling Dwight. He expected an Eleanor event today, but her leading the top group. If she's here, something's bound to happen. To ease the tension, he blurts, let's check the event. There's booths nearby. What do you say? Eleanor nods after a pause. All right. Lead on. Freshman. Dwight forces a crooked smile. Hear that a lot has silently. He prays, I'm just a background character. Don't get involved with me. Voices drift through the crowd. Elia, looking stunning, fans herself. So many people. This place is a mess. Conrad stands. You're both free? Class dismissed. Teresa, handle her. She nods. Yes, sir. She stabs another's arm and demands coldly. She peers into the metal enclosure. Instead of answering, the mysterious professor hands him a black card with white streaks. I can't explain. Just take it. A wild beast thrashes in an iron cage. Does she still see me as a friend? Maybe for now. Wait, no time for that. I need to report and grab my points. His awkwardness screamed it. He just realized how this looked. Before he could speak, Eleanor grabbed his hand, lacing their fingers. Duad stiffens. No, it's the flower's natural scent, he says awkwardly, mid-sentence. That's the void zone, left from a legendary heaven-hell battle. His passive skill, desperate plea, kicks in at full power. Energy floods his body. Her flushed look sets off Duad's instincts. He waves his hands, panicking inside. Pheromones, stop this. Duad planned this, his clones with Ilya now. I just can't run into them. Blood spills from his mouth as he's thrown back. His vision fades to black. He goes solemn. Since I was a kid, I've wanted to protect it. The assassin behind him smirks inwardly. The vanguard fell to that woman. But now I'm here. This fool's easy to trick. Please, no slip-ups. If we escort them safely, it's fine. At this moment, he grabs a stamina recovery biscuit, boosts regeneration fast. Sounds fake, but it works. Time to dig. With a sigh, the professor sends the others out. Sorry, I need a moment with her. Ilya doesn't buy his charm. She rushes forward, pressing her sword to his neck. Wrong. Since I beat you, he suggests casually. Hey, want snacks from that stall? Was she implying that she didn't even need to? As expected, Honor seems unbothered. He answers straight. Angel blessings. To Archangel's grace. That's what they say. They reach a food stall. Duad points. Try the grilled wild boar skewer. He regrets it instantly. Honor cares about her figure, but it's to dull the pheromone. From Talina's attacks, alerts flood in. Talina's rage peaks. You've humiliated him. Negative influence locked. Demon's low reward gained. He nodded. Satisfied. Good. Stay calm. It'll be fine. Go. Little sister, I'm right behind you. I still wanted to see you. Honor, the infamous villainess, looks stunned for a moment. Before he can dwell on it, a shout jolts him to Duad Campbell. You idiot. Why are you spacing out? He looks around, startled, and reappears with the angels. They beam with joy. Duad's scalp prickles. He sprints, pushing his legs to the max. Talina freezes, fear sinking in. I could have died last time. His spirit crumbles completely. Duad curses silently. I said I'd think about it. Damn it. Fate twists it. Ilnor's eyes light up. How'd you know I like this? Coincidence. Talina freezes briefly, waiting. New skill. Devil's Law. Rank you use influence to challenge good people. They must accept one request. Hearing this, she nods. Sure, but stay at the edge of the Archangel's barrier. We're safe inside it. Hearing that, Honor shrugs. I've been serious from the start. The bald angel grins. That hit the spot. Perfect for laborers like us, he gestures. Bring it here? Bring what? Duad asks. The incense burner. You did this for a reason, right? I'll bless it. Hurry. Duad screams inside. If she thinks I like it, I've got to play along. Keep distance, and avoid Ilya. But how? I'm clueless with guys. Anyway, I ended up as Duad Campbell, a powerless heir to a minor barony. He's just a third-rate background character here. Duad refuses. No, let me buy you something. Inside, he thinks, a gift. No way. I'll pick the worst to lower her affection. Night fell fast. System. Main quest. Chapter 1. The Purging Order. Objective. Resolve incidents at twilight's eye. The grounds cracked wide open. Honor, the student council president, lies sprawled out, arms crossed, still as a corpse. Teresa got straight to the point. Yeah, have something to ask you. This might be a bit troublesome, but about Ilya. He grabs a button. This looks nice. What do you think? Normally, it'd earn a block, but the pheromone messes with Honor. A strange rumble comes from Uria's stomach. Her face turns pink with embarrassment. Ilya bristles. That's why we're learning combat techniques here. Honor mocks. You know theory, in reality. Right. If you're forced here, at least be quiet. Ilya fires back, jaw tight. She takes it happily. I need a button for my uniform. Duad bites his lip. This is hard. You said I'd get a reward if I impressed you. She shrugged. If I just wanted that, the magic towers could buy one with their gold. No big reward, don't get excited. Duad went straight. Not about that. I need a favor. He shakes his head. No, I want to study theology. Inside, it's for survival. The Holy Maiden's fall is key to my ending. What does it mean meanwhile? The doctor notices Dwid's shifting expressions and asks, hey, are you okay? Need another checkup? Dwid snaps no. I'm fine. A future event with a secret group. The Ark boss is weak to holy arts. He takes her hand, eyes tearing up. Am I doomed? He wonders silently. I don't even know how to befriend guys. The more she thinks, she frowns. What's this place? Full of live monsters. Dwid says it's to protect what matters. Eleanor hands him an invitation. Don't worry. I came to give you this. She's curious. Theology, with your talent, the night department suits you better. Dwid blinked, stunned. I thought it'd drop after this. Why'd it jump? What's happening? Dwid ignores him, sprinting on. You mean the one that drives us mad? Dwid shrugs. Mental training can stop it. Her gaze sharpens. You know how to break it? Meanwhile, Dwid screams internally. This school's nuts. Just punish her. But he flashes a grin. Right. I'm here for my points. Conrad snaps back. Oh, yeah, class isn't over. I've been meaning to ask you something. How are you this strong? Barehanded against assassins, dropping a hero candidate in one hit. She nods. It's tough. That's why my family lives in fear despite our feats. Then she stares. Why are you always near me during assassination attempts? He's fooling us all. Talina yells. Ilya shakes her head. He's teaching us something. He's not the ruthless guy you think. Ilya froze, terrified. Even Dwid sweated. Voice tight, interdimensional rift creature. Time to go. What's your plan? Dwid pauses, then says. Dwid frowns. What's this mean? Rewards for turning good people bad. Adeline's eyes widen slightly at his clarity. Before he gets there, Teresa steps in his path. Hold on, Dwid, we've met. Right. I'm Teresa, he nods. Yeah, Ilya's friend. I remember. Eleanor tenses briefly, then softens. What am I to you that you'd protect me? She pulls her sword back, then strikes fast, hitting it like a storm of bullets. Hearing this, Dwid senses her anger boiling over. Realizing this, Dwid dives into its protective range. Eleanor always wears it to shield herself from harm. With all his stats at F, he knows he'd be dead without it. Why is he so nervous? What's his problem? Each strike is fast and relentless. Hasm takes countless hits. A system ping. You executed a sword technique. Tristan swordsmanship proficiency up. Dwid's firm. If I don't, I'll die, that's it. The Purifiers, a secret cult, worship demon gods. Their goal, summon demon lords. On the other side, a burly red-haired student raises his hand excitedly. Professor Opilia, can we get closer? Footsteps approach. Eleanor staggers in, covered in blood. Her state shocks the room. She chuckles dryly, brushing her hair. Ha, I figured. You're so weird. For student Tess, the professors are reckless. Her voice shows frustration. A low growl draws her near a cage. Wait, didn't I curse the game? Now some divine developer must be after me. I wasn't even attached to the main character. Her sharp tone surprises Ilya. Why is she so hostile? Ilya scratches her head. To make friends. I wanted to meet some new students. A war for talent rages. Most students wouldn't notice. Shockwaves shake the chamber, rattling everything inside. Some students smirk at him. Heh. Look at that country bumpkin. Everyone's paired up, and you're the last one. Your opponent said, a brown-haired guy says, pointing. Percy sips tea, her tone icy. I can't believe you, Conrad, he shrugs. First time. We did this with last year's freshman. Percy's not sold. Far off, the beast's full shape emerged, a giant whale, with blood-red eyes and jagged teeth. Dwid's voice stayed steady. No choice. It's the only way to line things up. He checked the control panel in his hands, both perched in what looked like a catapult bowl. Ilya, stunned, finds Dwid shielding her. Why? She whispers. Hearing this, Ilya smirks, fists clenched. Ha, I win. Dwid's on my side. His words leave the room silent. No one speaks for seconds. Dwid orders. Hit the top of their bodies, not the wings. Dinner sometime, you free? I'd love a chat. Eleanor snaps at him. Are you a professor? Help. She turns to Elia, arriving now. What are you doing? Before he could dwell on it any longer, a familiar voice calls. There you are, Dewitt Campbell. It's Professor Conrad. Except he's supposed to bug Elia, not me. Why me? Is the system making me the lead now? Elia, still buzzing, turns curious. Hey, Dewitt, how do you stay so calm? Hearing that, Percy frowns. That scammer. He's just riding the warrior candidate's coattails. But Eleanor and Elia keep going. You think these theories work in real fights? Eleanor sneers. Better than your nonsense. Elia retorts. Look, kid, think digging's enough. A frustrated voice snaps. The ground's hard. Another replies, stomping a shovel. Isn't your shovel harder? He blows on the embers, excited. This is the ultimate portable sacred relic sensor. I came all this way for it, wanting to teach Dewitt a lesson. It's my job, he says coldly, then collapses unconscious. In front of him, Percy sips tea, raising an eyebrow. Using your wish already. That was fast. Her instincts kick in. The explosion broke some cages, freeing experimental monsters with glowing red eyes fixed on her. Hungry and wild, if you want a real fight. This is it. Dewitt screams inside, but doubles down. Like how you hate her. She glances at the protagonist beside her. Still, thanks for coming with me. Eleanor, you in there. Dewitt glances at Eleanor, uneasy. The professors who back these experiments all support the Tristans. Scene shifts to Elia's past. Young Elia sat sulking on a flower-covered hill. I'll make your damn cannon. Dewitt Campbell. He beams. Yes, thank you, Professor. Elia didn't answer. She yanked her hand free. Thanks for protecting me. She mutters, gripping tighter. Now I'll protect you. In 3 days, you free. Elia interrupts sharply. Who I befriend isn't your business. I hate people who act superior, then rage when they're outdone. Outside, oblivious to the scene, Dewitt went on. President, I need you to come with me somewhere that day. Just us. Eleanor asked, where? Eleanor, confused by his rush, starts to ask something. Dewitt freezes. He's been avoiding her, not thinking of her. How does he explain this? He stammers. Forced. As president, I ensure education quality. Eleanor's voice sharpens. Then stopped interrupting. Need attention that bad? The professor, overwhelmed, ends it. That's it for today. Class dismissed. He cuts her off. Face serious. Please, we must protect the students. He races to the basement, calling his clone. Spotting Elia. He asks, those freed monsters, was that all? Elia, surrounded by dead beasts, sighs in relief at his arrival. You're awake. Thank goodness. She breathes deep. One big one got away. Probably first floor now. Eleanor turns. The bear rises from the flames, its skeletal arm swinging at her. He was useless a second ago. Scene shifts to the banquet hall. Just as he thought, the group follows her into the testing facility. But, as they enter the hallway, it goes pitch black. Wow, this place is cool, someone says. The lights just died. A familiar voice called, You made it. He turned. Oh, President. Been waiting long. The system assigns him a task, enroll in the academy and join a class. If he ignores it, the game ends. Eleanor's no fool. I've felt it from the start. He's odd. Dewitt hesitates, thinking if I answer, I'll keep running into her. What should I say? So I'm doomed. Fall back. Group up. A man shouts, casting a magic barrier around the students. Hold it till professors and knights get here. Don't let it break. Talina Armand, one-time negative seal, used rule of malevolence once. She pushes, I know something's bothering you. Scene shifts to the priestess, Elia's friend, watching her with concern. It roars again, slamming its paws. Cracks spread across the shield like a web as students inside pale with fear, sending him crashing to the ground. I love meeting standout students like you. Wonder what your future holds. Not just anyone can use the angel's blessing. Nights will come soon. We wait. I warned against these monster experiments. The Tristans shouldn't have that power. Ilya flies back like a cannonball. Groggy, she got up, opened the door, and mumbled, "Huh, what is it?" Eleanor grits her teeth. But he hit the button without a second thought. The priest clutches his neck, shocked. Who was that? Give it back. He tosses the necklace into his incense burner. Yep. I need something from the goddess of magic, Dwood says with a grin. Can't wait. Percy probes. Another alert. Danger detected. Life-threatening crisis. Desperate survival at S rank. The man looks alarmed. What are you doing? Run. Dwood's firm. I'll buy time. Get them out. He faces the bear as it raises a paw to crush him, fearless. On the other side of the hall, the priest clutches his head. That fool. Even priests need endless prayers for that. His chill vibe sparks her rage. She glares, ready to throttle him. Meanwhile, Eleanor grips her sword, ready to help, but stops as Dwood's power shines. He keeps hiding his strength. I've lost count, and Dwood's eyes widen, heart racing as he reads the names. Dwood's face blanks. Priority list. What's she mean? He's lost. The shady priest grumbles. How's that monster struggling against a basic shield? That damn student's holding it. Ilya chops the priest's neck, knocking him out. Sorry? President. He's useless. Eleanor asks, why so late? Passed out in the basement. Ilya says, trembling slightly. She breathes deep, staring ahead. Forget that. Dwood's using the angel's blessing like it's nothing. After finishing the game and watching the ending, I found it interesting and satisfying. But the next day I got sucked into it. Does that even make sense? Sorcerer Professor Percy nods. We'll need more budget for sim battles next year. Huh, Conrad. A great man. Is he overrating me? Dwood's intrigued and baffled. Before vanishing, the angel adds, trust yourself, even in small things I've given you. Lady Tristan, Dwood, what a pleasure. Marquis Riverback stood there, waiting, like he'd known they'd come all along. As its wielder, she's bound by the three-step curse. She can't move past a limit. Telling her about her sister gives hope. Eleanor's expression shifts. Ilya's words spark a memory. A faint light flickers in her shadowed mind. Finally, he scratches his scalp. I'll think about it. The beast messed up. To focused on him, it misses the real danger. The crowd watches, stunned. Dwood whispers, rummaging through piles of old gear. With that thought in mind, Dwood stroking his chin. Dwood states, I want a cannon. At the same time, Talina presses, teeth clenched. Tell the truth, that duel was rigged, right? You can't hide it. He sighs inside. She always drags things out same as the original story, but it's not dead. It howls in pain. The portal vanished from the sky, like it was never there. 58% effective, a master lineage technique for any weapon. Basic deep breathing boosts stamina, enhancing swordsmanship, then charges at Eleanor, furious, like a war machine, shaking the hall with every step. Eleanor takes a deep breath, eyes closed for a second, as the bear lunges. She shifts her stance. Eleanor spins on her heels, using the T.R. Montana technique. Her sword releases a crescent energy arc, slicing through the air and into the beast. Dwood reacts instantly, lunging forward. A moment later, the bear flies back and explodes in a massive blast. Back with Dwood. He grips a wooden sword, hand shaking. Onlookers jeer, come on, country bumpkin. How many moves will you last? He'll be lucky not to get crushed instantly. Dwood chuckles dryly. So curiosity turns to interest, then trust. I can use points in the shop. Without hesitation, they plunged into the Crimson Gate. Dwood freezes, shocked. That's the real Tristan sword art. My version's nothing compared to this. Wait, Eleanor wasn't supposed to be here in the original story. The system confirms. Main mission, defeat the monster. No casualties. Amazing feat. Knights arrive in 30 seconds. Eleanor sheathes her sword, murmuring, it's over. Time skips to the next day. New students gather on a high mountain ridge. A stunning golden-haired professor smiles and points ahead. That's the academy, training grounds, and magic tower. Can you all see? Ilya stabs a giant red spider, pinning it. Ilya's inner storm grows. Each punch sends a Volf flying. A dark purple glow pulses at her chest. What the hell? Ilya screamed, totally unprepared. Ilya loosens her hold, realizing she'd reached for her sword without thinking. No, I said flatten it. You dug a drainage hole and left. They said Gario did it. Drenched in sweat, Dawood exhaled. Perfect timing with the card's effect. He turned to Ilya. You okay? Hurt anywhere? In a few days, at the freshman orientation, you'll pick primary and secondary disciplines. Knight, mage, engineer, cleric. You know these, right? A student asks, are tribal groups studying with the holy nation? But fate loves surprises, she sighed. Half annoyed. Didn't expect you to move this fast. Also, what's with your hair? She stormed off toward her room, not looking back. Dawood watched, guilty. Thanks, and sorry for not telling you, he muttered. Why so many weirdos? Another companion request. From Ilya, maybe a challenge, she said, surprise. The man smiles. What a coincidence. I'm Gold Deer River back. Dawood's one punch win over Ilya spreads like wildfire. Newspapers blare. Dawood Campbell. Imperial Night Sun, or the greatest talent ever. Manga Cred's rising star falls on day one. A demon runs in the Tristan bloodline. It's a rumor with two sides. Supernatural talent beyond human limits, and sudden madness with violent outbursts. Eleanor draws her sword. In a flash of silver, she charges the bear with blazing speed. The students are safe too. She closes her book with a thud. A blue-haired woman, not looking up from her book, replies calmly, It's befeated. Eleanor's fine. And smirks. Surprised I'm here. Dawood realizes who she is. They dig into cakes and steak. Thrilled. What a thoughtful human. Dawood nods, satisfied. One meal fed them all? This world's laws are wild. Talina's eyes widen. Mind blank. Dawood stops running, turning in shock to see who stepped in. After all this, I'm not shocked anymore. Adeline Swansong, the Prime Minister, an immortal over 1,000 years old. Why is she visiting me? Dawood feels a chill. What is it? He asks cautiously. She's different today. She thinks, following her gaze. Dawood, duck. Ilya yells from behind. Conrad sees their set. This is Conrad. You both ready? Ready? Dawood and Ilya say together. He nods. Perfect. One last tweak. Difficulty. Higher means more points. He charges at full speed. No more hesitation. Scene shifts to a fountain. Another Dawood, with a different hairstyle, sits there. Here's why. Lately, it feels like everything here revolves around me. Time skips forward. Damn right. Ilya gritted her teeth, tossing the pouch down. You woke me up for this. Unbelievable. Dawood instantly picks the max. Percy frowns. I don't buy it. They've got spirit, but this is real combat. They could die. Her face hardens. You've grabbed more attention than any freshman ever. He sighs inside, waving. Don't worry. Teresa. I'll try my best. You better. She mutters. No one's caused this much trouble so fast. She leans closer. Hearing her plea broke him. A tear slid down his cheek. But once again Dawood smirks. What? Split the loot 50/50ths. Talina's face twists with anger. Shadowy figures emerge from it. Dawood stays calm, not shocked by the word. Without another word, he leapt to another rock. Ilya yelled, Dawood, what are you doing? Mid-air, he replied. Relax, gravity's weird here. Dawood brushes it off. Not wasting time with this boss, we've talked enough already. Adeline chuckles, amused. Interesting. Dawood Campbell. Even the Prime Minister mentioning demons doesn't faze you. Adeline cut in, piecing it together. Got it. Percy panicked. She's a genius witch, but jittery. Dawood shifted gears. So, is this good enough for you, headmistress? In a hospital room, a voice says, You're awake? Huh? He sits up fast. What happened to the monster? He shrugs. Bored. Telling you what I know might spark your schemes. I'd rather not. Dawood glances back. A system warning flashes. Danger detected. His body tenses. Damn it. She raises an eyebrow and sighs. Only Eleanor can max them. That's why she's the final boss. Her 1-2 for combat mastery sets her apart. To advance, I'm still not in a class. I can't even attend lessons properly. She snaps her fingers. A black veil surrounds them, blocking sound from outsiders. Watch where you're going, the other person says calmly but firmly. Ilya bends down to grab the bag. Dawood's eyes lit up. He pulled out a brown pouch. Let's grab it. Her tone turns grave. You might not realize this yet. However, she nods. Exactly? Right. Right now. Yet, right before it hits his face, the blade freezes midair, stopped by unseen force. They split up. Eleanor leads the main group to the central hall. Dawood takes his own route. In the quiet hallway, he breathes easy. All right. Success. The golden triangle seems peaceful, but underneath, Dawood picks up exactly. That's why the continent's shaken. Just before the fangs closed, they dove through a space-time portal, escaping the purple sky onto solid ground. He keeps going. So, drawing attention now is dangerous. Her reply is icy. Yes, the world could end. The moment the ground shifts, suddenly, the ground beneath them shifted in an instant. The scenery changed below them. Dawood knows it instantly. The Purifier's seal. System. Holy relic fused with priest's rosary. New skills. Asceticism. Holy shield. When Dawood grabbed her hand, pulling her from that beast's jaws, her heart had skipped unexplainably. Ignoring them, Dawood finds a quiet spot. Alone, he pulls out Uria's incense burner. He adds unicorn horn powder, phoenix feathers, and coral. Purple smoke rises as it ignites. Eleanor stood there, elegant, touching up her lipstick casually. And then they might strike again, Adeline says calmly. Dawood, still confused, asks, why tell me this? Dawood grabs it, recognizing it instantly. It's the interdimensional key, a rule-breaking treasure that opens gates to other worlds. Dawood hesitates. Talk about what? He mumbles. Dawood's system pings. Eleanor event activated. He tied it shut. Ilya, confused, blurted. What is this? What do I do with it? Dawood said they'd use it to escape soon. Focus on skills like throwing or range fighting instead. The teacher pauses, uneasy. Good point, he admits. From Adeline's view, his lack of surprise confirms her hunch. You know what this is, don't you? Keep it safe. Show me your potential. Dawood cut him off. Loud. We're not on a date. He stared at the ground, self-conscious. Damn it. Of course people think that. Look at this, anyone would. If I like what I see, I'll give you more gifts. She snaps her fingers, and the dark veil around them vanishes. A voice shouted, Number 27. Last call, you're gone, moving to 28. Back to normal. Dawood promises to keep their talk secret. Dawood frowns, unsure why she cares. We're fine, he says, frustrated. Eleanor catches it easily, tilting her head. What do you mean? Across the hall, Dawood grits his teeth, holding Holy Shield as the bear pounds him like a bag. She tilts her head. What's that? Her blade pierces its huge body again and again. Yet something's off despite the bloody wounds. Dawood's not here on a whim. He's prepping for the Purifier fight, gathering every edge to survive what's coming. Her range is insane. I can't fight back. Last time was a spar with Ilya. This is do or die. The moment Dawood's face darkened. Damn it, he warned fast. I know them. Ditch that necklace, tell the others too? She plants a foot on his chest, sword aimed at his face. No excuses. Its golden glow nearly blinds him. Ooh, my eyes. Fine, I'll go, he sighs, resigned. Adel chuckles. Hope it stays that way. After reviewing their performance, a woman dressed in a sorcerer's robe, Professor Percy.
And with a sly grin, Marquis Riverback turned to Eleanor and said, Lady Tristan, mind if I borrow student Dawood for a moment? We've got some business to settle. Eleanor was taken aback at first, but her face quickly hardened. She shot him down on the spot. Huh? No. Who said you could? But before she could say more, Dawood, standing right behind her, leaned in and whispered something in her ear. President, it's fine. Don't worry. He said calmly, then kept murmuring something only she could hear. Her sharp eyes narrowed, gaze shifting to Dawood, now filled with shock. Meanwhile, Riverback just kept talking, totally unfazed by the rejection. Lady Tristan, you'll be escorted to a special room. It won't take long. You and Woot seem pretty close, huh? Now that we're done here, let's get going, he said with a smirk, his eyes narrowing into slits. But behind that smile? Pure cunning. Moments later, Dwood and Eleanor were taken to separate rooms. Before Dwood could even sip his water, the old man across from him got straight to it. You know why you're here, don't you, student Dwood? Dwood didn't flinch. He wasn't about to waste words on a snake like Riverback. Isn't it because you're planning to resurrect the demon during the full moon festival by stirring up chaos? Using weakened security to massacre students and generate a storm of demonic energy through bloodshed. Unleashing monsters, hiring assassins to wipe out the knights, all to fuel the terror needed to awaken the demon in the Tristan bloodline. Am I wrong? Riverback's face froze, but Dwood wasn't done. The assassinations, the monster attacks, they were all you're doing. But too bad for you, I already reported everything to the headmaster. It's handled. He leaned forward, locking eyes. So, what now? Riverback's eyes widened, mind racing. How the hell does Dwood know all this? For the first time, real panic hit him. So that's why the prophet took interest in this kid. He looks harmless, but inside? He's more venomous than a viper. Riverback's face twisted with frustration. But then he calmed himself. He'd planned for setbacks. With a smug grin, he said, impressive, but you didn't see this coming. My men already dealt with Tristan. There's nothing you can do. And as if on cue, boom. The door exploded into splinters as Eleanor Tristan kicked it clean off its hinges. Sword in hand, blood on her uniform, Riverback's face went ghost white. Impossible, Princess Tristan? Let's rewind. A few minutes earlier, Riverback's men led Eleanor away, cocky as ever. Princess Tristan, come with us. We've got a spot just for you, one sneered. Their smugness only reminded her of what Dwood whispered. President, the cultists are moving. Feel that unease inside you? Maybe it's time to let it out. That memory sent chills down her spine. She stood, expression cold and voice flat. By imperial law, cultists can be executed on the spot. One lapdog chuckled and touched her shoulder. Think you can take us? Be a good girl and don't make this hard. But he never finished that sentence. His body froze in terror. The room's temperature dropped as pure bloodlust filled the air. Eleanor's calm vanished. Her aura twisted into something terrifying. You think I can't? She muttered and slammed his head straight into the table, shattering Dwood the table into splinters. Surrounded, Riverback's men panicked. Damn it! We can't kill her, she's the key to the whole plan. Injure her all you want, but don't let her die. They charged in full force. But for Eleanor, they were nothing. With the monstrous strength of the Tristan bloodline, she kicked them aside like rag dolls. Her blade flashed through the air, slicing throats with ease. They didn't even get a chance to fight back. Her eyes glowed redder the more she fought, burning like embers. The remaining cultists froze in terror. This wasn't someone they could fight. But it was already too late. That's what happened when they tried to capture Eleanor. Now, back in the present, Riverback stood frozen, pale as death. This can't be. Dwood rushed to her side. President, are you okay? Eleanor chuckled and wiped the blood off her blade. Yeah, I feel way better now. But this was barely even a warm-up. Then a familiar system notification popped up for Dwood. Elnora's affection has increased to fondness. Her madness has subsided thanks to you. A personal quest has appeared. Gideon Latristan has taken an interest in you. But Dwood didn't feel happy, he felt dread. Why the hell is her father paying attention to me? Still, he calmed himself. Whatever. At least the mission's done. Or so he thought. Riverback, finally realizing his total failure, reached into his coat and pulled out a grotesque, pulsing lump of flesh. Didn't think I'd need this. Dwood's eyes widened. No way, that's a demon's essence. Sensing danger, he shouted, President, don't let him eat that. But it was already too late. Riverback shoved it into his mouth, whispering with twisted reverence, receive the grace of the gods. Instantly, a dark force exploded from inside him. The Twilight Eye restaurant became ground zero for an inky black explosion and was reduced to rubble in seconds. Dwood groaned, pulling himself from the debris, aching all over. But then a voice, now inhuman, echoed across the field. Marvelous. I wasn't planning to use this until the seer handled you. Dwood Campbell. The words sent chills down his spine. Damn it, he really transformed. Riverback's human form was gone. Now he was a twisted, demonic monstrosity. The essence he consumed pulsed in his chest, glowing with sickly power. Dude clenched his fists. He's a human with demonic power this early in the game. This world's nuts. System alerts flashed, defeat the purifier. Failure condition, excessive casualties. Riverback let out a guttural roar. From this moment on, all shall be purged. Then Dwood heard pounding footsteps. He turned. Shit, it's not just him. The cultists too. They were no longer human-twisted, demonic things with hungry red eyes. But suddenly a voice rang out, ultimate technique, piercing thrust. A blinding blue streak tore across the battlefield, obliterating the monsters. Dwood looked toward the source. Standing there, sword drawn, was Talion. He laughed awkwardly. What the hell's going on? What are these monsters? Did you see my move? I want feedback. Dwood didn't waste time. All of them your comrades, they turned into those. If you'd worn the collar, you'd be one of them too. Talion's body trembled. So, this whole thing, it was the Marquis? Dwood nodded. Yeah. If you don't want to witness hell, follow my lead. Talion's face turned serious. He nodded. Understood. But what about you? He asked. What are you gonna do? Dwood replied, protect the civilians. Stop the Marquis. Just go, Talion. Talion knew he'd only slow them down. So he turned and ran without looking back. Eleanor turned to Dwood. Do you know where the Marquis went? Dwood stood still, thinking. Yeah, I've got a guess. These cultists always want the same thing, chaos, despair, and then summon pandemonium. The land of demons into our world. There's only one place he'd go. Tom skipped ahead. Riverback was now floating before a massive golden barrier, the seal to an ancient battlefield of angels and demons. He stared at the barrier. I might not be able to break it completely, but I can at least put a dent in it. He raised his hand, forming a dense sphere of dark energy that radiated pure malice. But before he could fire it, a cold voice cut in. All right, stay right where you are. The sudden voice startled Riverback. He spun around Dwood. How did you know I'd come here? Dwood smirked. Please, you're way too predictable. You just got demonic power, of course you'd come here. At that moment, Dwood was actually riding on Eleanor's back for speed. Embarrassing? Maybe. But effective? Absolutely. Floating above them, Riverback didn't even look worried. Well, you saved me the trouble. After I kill you, I'll take Princess Tristan. Dwood turned to Eleanor. No matter what happens, we survive. Got it? Eleanor nodded. Yeah. But inside, she thought, he really trusts me, I have to live up to it. That's the pride of House Tristan. With resolve, she gripped her swords tight and launched herself into the sky like a cannonball. Riverback's eyes widened in shock. Still, he raised his arms to block. Dwood used the opening. President, over here, he shouted, sprinting in. Riverback noticed and shouted back. You won't touch it. He fired a barrage of black lightning, but Dwood weaved through every single bolt with ridiculous agility. How? Riverback shouted in disbelief. How is that even possible? Still in shock, he couldn't react fast enough. Eleanor's blade was closing in. He swung his arm in desperation, and their clash triggered a shockwave, blasting them both backward. High above, black lightning poured down without mercy, and Dwood had just one option: run like hell. A creeping unease crawled into Riverback's mind as he watched Dwood bolt across the battlefield. Frustrated, he growled and gave chase. Fight me, you miserable insect. Stop running. Close behind, Elna stayed hot on his heels, relentless and determined. That constant pressure was starting to get under Riverback's skin. How annoying, princess, he spat, irritation dripping from his voice. And just like that, his entire body tensed, then boom, he unleashed a monstrous surge of energy. The raw force of it blasted both Dwood and Elna into the air like discarded trash. But Riverback wasn't done. Before Dwood could even stand, he activated a deadly skill, Dark Fang Arrow. A pitch-black projectile radiating destructive energy tore through the air. I'll end you, Riverback roared. And just like that, our protagonist took a direct hit from a bolt of lightning, no less. The impact made him cough up fluid, like his insides had just been scrambled. His body flew backward again like a broken puppet tossed aside. Floating above, Marquis Riverback watched with amusement as Dwood's eyes rolled back into his head. Then he burst out laughing. There are more of you than I expected. Looks like you're out of tricks now, huh? But then, Elnor stepped forward, shielding Dwood. Get up, Dwood. I'll hold him off. Just go. Her face pure determination. Even Riverback paused, slightly moved. You two are ridiculously stubborn. Lady Tristan, you're quite the match. Standing on the edge of danger, Elnor was struck by an unfamiliar thought. All my life, I've only taken, maybe it's time I give something back. She took a deep breath, shook off the thought, and urged Dwood once more. Get up. I'll believe in you until the very end. With that, she stepped forward, gripping her sword tighter. Crimson sparks danced along the blade. Riverback. Watching her, Riverback gave a cold chuckle. Touching. So, your little strategy meeting, is it over? Elna didn't answer. Instead, she asked Marquis Riverback just one thing. Tonight, do you think we look good together? The bizarre question threw him off. He blinked, confused. Terrifyingly well-matched. If you two survive, might as well get married. He laughed, clearly enjoying the absurdity. But Elna didn't waste the moment. She slammed the ground and launched forward like a bullet. In a flash, she was right in front of him, eyes black as a demon's, and landed a crushing kick to his face. Riverback's head snapped to the side before he could even recover. Then came a brutal flurry of sword slashes, each one faster than the last. Riverback howled in pain, unable to keep up. And finally her finishing move, Maxima Tramontana. With one massive swing, her sword unleashed a devastating wave of force. Riverback was sent flying, but the onslaught wasn't over yet. From the sky, a crushing force slammed down onto his battered body, shattering the ground into fragments. Coughing blood, the monstrous noble staggered up, scanning for Dwood, but he was gone. That damned Dwood, where the hell did you rats go? What else are you hiding? Riverback roared in rage, then vanished into the distance in a burst of speed. Cut to the city. By now, the chaos from Riverback's monsters had been completely dealt with. The academy professors had taken them all down. Professor Conrad looked around and nodded. Looks like that's the last of them. Nearby, the swordswoman Elia let out a sigh of relief. Good thing all the department heads were here. If even one was missing, we'd be toast. Above them, Dean Percy added, yeah, good thing we listened to Dwood and stuck near Conrad. That guy insisted we eat nearby. If we hadn't. But as he spoke, doubt crept into Conrad's heart. Was this really just coincidence? Coincidence this terrifying? Back with Dwood, his body was finally recovering from the brutal lightning strike. He took a deep breath, bracing himself. All right, Talion, good job. Damn, that hurt like hell. Elnor just hold on a little longer, but before he could move, her body flew past him, thrown like a ragdoll. Behind her, a cold voice echoed through the battlefield. You truly live up to your name, Lady Tristan. Now then, student Dwood, you've got some tricks left, don't you? If not, it's time to die. In a flash, black lightning erupted from Riverback's hand, piercing straight through Dwood's chest. The strike came so fast, even Elnor couldn't react. Dwood was hit hard. In that moment, as she watched helplessly, her world faded into a lifeless black and white. From Dwood's view, the pain was insane. But strangely, it wasn't fatal. His system interface flickered, critical enchantment activated. The target is beginning to feel the message cut off, interrupted. Dwood looked up and froze. Elna had changed. Demon horns. A terrifying new aura. The demon inside her had fully awakened. Dwood's mind raced. This wasn't just a power-up. A portion of my system is disabled. Ability suppressed. This is a gray demon fragment possessing Elnor. And just when it couldn't get worse, another system message appeared. Deadly alert. Attracts evil-aligned individuals. The stronger their darkness, the stronger the pull. Right then, the gray demon, now fully present, gracefully descended in front of Dwood. She gently touched his chest and began chanting in an ancient, unrecognizable language. Suddenly, dark energy spiraled into his chest. It healed the wound, and in its place, a glowing sigil burned onto his skin. You have received the mark of corruption. Effects unknown. Dwood stared at it, stunned. It reversed time around the wound. One of the strongest beings alive is helping me. This feels insane. I don't know what's coming. But for now, I'll take everything I can get. The pressure from Elnor's transformed body was unreal. His brain felt like it'd explode. His skin on fire. I need to link with this entity, copy one of her skills. I'm going to need it. For what's coming. Without hesitation, Dwood activated his copy reward skill. He aimed it at the gray demon. She seemed to notice but just clapped her hands. Amused. Then she said something again in that strange, eerie tongue. And with those words, time resumed. High above, Riverback let out a furious scream. Turn to ASH. DWOD. A monstrous bolt of annihilation thundered down, exploding on impact with world-ending force. Even Riverback, drained by the attack, stood there panting, struggling to catch his breath. But when the dust finally settled, all he saw was a massive crater torn open by his thunderous strike. D-Wood's body? Gone. That made Riverback scowl in frustration. His voice low and tense, Riverback muttered, only for D-Woods to suddenly reappear high above like he'd been summoned by those very words. Riverback snapped his head up, sensing the shift, but it was too late. D-Wood's counterattack came crashing down like a meteor. The impact sent Riverback's massive body flying like a cannonball, smashing into the ground with devastating force. A giant, bowl-shaped crater was all that remained, the mark of a brutal return blow. But what shocked Riverback the most was the insane power now radiating from D-Woods. He screamed in disbelief, what the hell is this? D-Woods landed like a superhero from the sky, calm, composed, and terrifying. Face-to-face with Riverback, D-Woods' system triggered instantly, warning critical threat detected. Extreme danger. Activating new skill. Monarch of Pandemonium. For the next 5 minutes, D-Woods would have absolute advantage over all demon-type enemies. Riverback stared in horror. The aura around D-Woods was demonic and his eyes had turned pitch black. Just being near him made Riverback sweat. The hulking demon shrieked, half-crazed, how can a worm like you? The prophecies never said anything about this. But before he could finish, D-Woods launched forward like a blur. And with a clean, brutal punch, he smashed it straight into the demon's face. Riverback's body hurtled through the air again, helpless against the force. Exhaling sharply, D-Woods stood tall and growled, round 2. Bring it on. Off in the distance, Count Pandemonium Riverback lay crumpled inside another massive crater. His face was blank, shock to the core. He couldn't comprehend it, how D-Woods' power had skyrocketed so suddenly. Slowly sitting up, Riverback locked eyes with him. In his mind, a seed of dread bloomed. He's using an enhanced version of my skill, the very power I tortured myself to master, and he's wielding it like it's nothing. The rage inside Riverback boiled over. A sinister black mist billowed out from his body, thick with bloodlust. The system alerted D-Woods again. Dark miasma detected. Pure demonic energy. Strength amplified. Shadow Fiend's blessing engaged. Then, Riverback howled like a beast, his roar blood-curdling. Gathering all his power into one final, monstrous punch, he charged. D-Woods saw it and met him head-on. No hesitation, both unleashed everything into a single, devastating strike. When their fists collided, the shockwave was apocalyptic. The ground cracked beneath them, fractures spiderwebbing across the battlefield. Using his longer reach, Riverback took the advantage. And suddenly grabbed D-Woods' face with one massive hand, locking him in place, reeling back the other to strike. But D-Woods reacted in a flash, summoning radiant wings of pure light to intercept the incoming black lightning. Riverback's eyes went wide. Holy power. How the hell is he using that too? But D-Woods said nothing. Instead, in that moment of hesitation, D-Woods drove a brutal knee into his face. The impact was so violent, part of Riverback's skull caved inward. His body rocketed away like a missile, crashing into a twin-towered structure. The towers shattered on impact, but D-Woods didn't let up. He stomped lightly, vanishing, then reappeared directly above the wreckage. With a powerful downward kick, he launched Riverback straight into a massive catapult he'd prepared earlier. Right then, the borrowed ability from the Grey Demoness timed out. But D-Woods had already planned for it. The moment the countdown hit 0, he slammed his hand on the catapult's trigger. Thunk! The catapult fired. Riverback's body flew through the air like a ragdoll. "D-Woods! You bastard!" he roared. Watching him flail, D-Woods scoffed. "That's all you've got? Not even a dramatic final line?" Then, without missing a beat, he pulled out a cannon from nowhere and fired. A blazing surge of energy exploded from the barrel, engulfing Riverback in a hellish inferno. His demonic flesh began to burn away piece by piece. In his final moments, Riverback's eyes widened, realization and disbelief mixing together. This was all his plan from the start. And just like that, nothing remained. Not even a trace. A system notification popped up, quest complete. Rewards, 1 essence of evil, 1 heroic fragment, 5,000 points. D-Woods exhaled, stunned. Whoa, I actually got all of that. Usually, they make me choose just one. Looks like difficulty boosts the loot. Only then did he remember Eleanor. Injured. Still somewhere nearby. He turned to go to her. But a voice rang out, Principal Atalanta. The student council president is safe. But more importantly, what the hell was that, D-Woods? That was absolutely insane. I want details, especially about the Grey Demoness. Of course, D-Woods wasn't dumb enough to just spill everything. He gave her the most clueless look he could muster. Oh, what do you mean by that? But Atalanta didn't let up. Don't play dumb. I know you've been involved with a demon. Time skip. In a quiet medical room, Eleanor lay unconscious, pale and still. Her body hooked to and fro. Medics rushed around her. Has the blood transfusion started? Not yet. It's almost ready. What's her heart rate? Below 50, damn it. Where's the priest? Amid the chaos, Eleanor's eyelids fluttered, stirred by the tension and voices all around her. Meanwhile, elsewhere, D-Woods sat across from Atalanta, deep in conversation. She spoke first. One of the Grey Demon's abilities is corrosion. It spreads like a plague from the host, outward. The church and the holy nation will be watching. You're at the center of it now, D-Woods. Did you realize this might spark a global crisis? D-Woods had already given up on living like some background extra. Honestly, he shrugged, I think I just got lucky. Atalanta narrowed her eyes, clearly unconvinced. The Grey Demon, strongest of the Pandemonium Lords. Just as I feared. It used the student council president, Eleanor, as its vessel. That made D-Woods' expression shift. Wait, you knew that from the start, Principal? She nodded without hesitation. As soon as I could confirm it. But first, thank you. For protecting the academy. And for saving Eleanor. You can go see her now. But listen closely. What I'm about to say is top secret. With a snap of her fingers, she floated D-Woods gently forward, resting his head on her lap. After the final battle of the hero, fragments of demonic souls were scattered. If even one manifests, the rest will begin to gather. The Grey Demon's brief awakening was enough to trigger the others. They're coming. D-Woods didn't need her to explain. As someone who beat this cursed game, he already knew demon hosts were always the harbingers of disaster. The Crimson Demon's host had triggered the Red Knight incident, wiping out Elia's entire family. Demon soul fragments were random except Elia and Eleanor. They were always fixed, always cursed. Oblivious to D-Woods' mental spiral, Atalanta calmly continued. The Holy Nation already compiled a list of potential hosts, and Eleanor is on it. I did everything I could to bring all of them here to the academy. That made D-Woods pause. Wait, you gathered all the potential demon hosts into one place. That sounds smart, but also crazy risky. Atalanta just smiled knowingly. True love. D-Woods blinked. Huh? There was once a demon host who truly fell in love. And that love destroyed the demon fragment inside them. Love erased the seed of destruction. And it seems the Grey Demon is quite fond of you. D-Woods Campbell. A chill ran down his spine. Wait, what? No way, that's not true at all. He stammered. But Atalanta smirked. I saw everything. It healed you. It clapped. It looked happy, didn't it? D-Woods tried to backpedal. It probably just felt bad for me or something. But she cut him off. The point is there's something there. Isn't there? She leaned in way too close. D-Woods, the demon has taken a weirdly friendly interest in you. Given your quick thinking, your knowledge, your actions, I have a serious request. She looked him dead in the eye and said it, please seduce the demon hosts. That hit D-Woods like a bolt of lightning. What? Absolutely not. He practically leapt back. Atalanta, thinking he was just nervous, tried to reassure him. Don't worry, I'll help you flirt better. D-Woods looked ready to explode. That's not the problem here. But Atalanta just smiled sweetly. Relax, D-Woods. All the known hosts are women. This is fate handing you a golden opportunity. Even the demon clapped for you. Surely you flirted with normal girls before, right? Use every weapon you've got, win their hearts, destroy the demon fragments, and save the world. Cut to D-Woods' internal monologue. He was mentally screaming, lady, if I was good at that, don't you think I'd already have a girlfriend? Then, with a deadpan expression, he raised a hand. Wait, didn't you say it had to be true love? So how many girls am I supposed to truly love at once? Even Atalanta had to admit it sounded impossible. But she had no other option left. With a heavy sigh, she told him it won't be easy. Cultists are already after them. And the hosts themselves? They're not exactly ordinary. But please, D-Woods, save humanity. And with that, she bowed her head, completely sincere. D-Woods? He just wanted to hit log out and never look back at this twisted game. Of course, he didn't say that out loud. Instead, he scratched his head awkwardly. Principal, I think I already know the answer, but what happens if I fail? Atalanta looked him dead in the eye and said flatly, I mentioned this in chapter 14. Humanity gets wiped out, the world falls apart, and a demon-led empire rises from the ashes. Tom jumped forward. In a quiet hospital room, Eleanor, the student council president, finally woke up. She blinked, confused, taking in the room around her. Did we win? She whispered. Just outside, a voice argued, you can't just barge in like that. Another responded, come on, I was here yesterday too. I even skipped class for this. But just as they spoke, Eleanor's assistant burst through the door and saw her awake. Tears welled up instantly. She ran over and hugged Eleanor tight, scolding her through sobs. You brat. You almost drove me crazy. I thought you were dead. What was that fight? Eleanor winced, the memories hitting her all at once. She immediately asked, wait, calm down. How's Dwood? Her assistant wiped her face and answered gently, Dwood? He's already been discharged. Honestly, he wasn't even that hurt. You were the one we were worried about. We really thought we were gonna lose you. That made Eleanor squint. Then why is he fine if I'm like this? Her assistant paused, remembering something from earlier, when she'd been watching over Eleanor's unconscious body. She's been like this for 2 days. If she doesn't wake up soon, Dwood Campbell. I'll deal with you myself. She hadn't realized Dwood was standing right there. But instead of backing off, he answered with confidence, don't worry, senior. Eleanor won't die over something like this. She'll wake up in a few days, I guarantee it. The confidence threw her off. How can you be so sure? Dwood gave a soft smile. Because I'm still alive. People willing to risk their lives for someone else. The Tristan family doesn't go down that easily. Back in the present, the assistant smiled and tried to shift the mood. Anyway, President, you're awake. And there are some things that need your attention. Eleanor groaned. I just woke up and you're putting me back to work already? Her assistant flipped through her notebook. Sorry, but here's the bad news. 2 major figures are on their way. First up, Saintess Lucian. Eleanor frowned, rubbing her chin. Wasn't she supposed to start next semester? That was the plan, her assistant explained, but after the incident with her ex, they bumped up the date. She's enrolling next week. The Holy Kingdom and the Inquisition are getting involved too. Oh, and I wasn't gonna bring this up, but Sir Gideon is coming to the school. Eleanor froze. My father, he's coming here? Meanwhile, in a dimly lit room far away, a figure looked out the window, murmuring, this city has a nice vibe. Behind him, Saintess Lucian puffed a cigarette. Could you close the window? The light's annoying. That comment nearly made the man laugh. Wow, a saintess who doesn't like light? She exhaled slowly. Spend your life praying in a dark hall and see how much you like sunshine. He paused, almost caught off guard. That's pretty dark for a holy maiden. She rolled her eyes. I said close the window, didn't I? Let me enjoy the peace a little longer, he replied calmly. Lucian scoffed. Peace? A demon worshipper and a saintess in the same room, and you're talking about peace? The golden-haired knight chuckled. Come on, I thought we'd grown closer. The tension's gone, right? But Lucian's face turned ice-cold. We're allies with the same goal. Don't get the wrong idea. Her tone was cutting. Do you really think we can be friends? But he didn't get angry. The ones who hold your leash and the fate choking my life? We're not so different. From Lucian's view, the room grew heavy with tension. She exhaled smoke again. Think whatever you want, Valkarthus. I still have someone I need to protect. And in that instant, a familiar figure flashed through her mind, her younger sister, Elia. The same girl Dwood had already met once before.